Sandy Shock start on the other side. Honestly, that's not bad. I didn't see what the active was, though. Can't see top 2 prize cards. Unlucky. Bench overlay is so bad. It is a lot. I don't know if it's bad though. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's bad. There's a lot going on. It is a lot going on though. There's a lot going on. All right, you got the vessel on the other side. Oh shoot, only one Charmander. So we could just see the lone Charmander get KO'd here. Yeah, Prime Catcher is a big deal being prized. Be able to take those big aggressive knockouts. But if they play Iron Bundle, they can bundle Force of a Charmander, knock out Lone Charmander here, and start cooking. They don't even need a Sada this turn. You can go attach, pawn. Wonder how the Area Zero bench graphic will look. Yeah, I think I asked Chip about that on the podcast, I'm pretty sure. And Chip said, he didn't tell us exactly what it was going to look like or anything, because he probably has some insight. He said they have a plan for it. He said they have a plan. There's a plan. All right, what is the hand? Lost Vacuum. Cringe. All right, Sada for 1. 2. Oh no, there's an Ultra Ball. It's like, oh no, it's cooked. It's not cooked. It's not cooked. It's not shocked. Actually, the knockout's in hand. The knockout is in hand. You just need to go get the Ogre Pawn. So Ultra Ball away, double energy, or energy vacuum, it's fine. You just go get Ogre Pawn, then you vessel away something, get a grass and a fighting, accelerate the grass to the Ogre Pawn, and then you attach fighting active, knock out the Pidgey. I guess we're still coming up a little bit short. We still want... I don't know if they play Iron... Oh, they have Pokemon Catcher in hand, right? We definitely want it. Yeah, we definitely want the catcher. We also might need to keep... there's a fighting in the discard pile now, right? Or am I trolling? Maybe we should have got rid of the fighting and kept the switch card. I don't know. I think I put a little bit more value on the switch card, to be honest. We have like a retrieval. You have energy retrieval and another Sada in hand. Like, I don't know if discarding energy seems like the less valuable resource, but switch card usually isn't like overly impactful in this matchup, I guess. As long as you don't have anything that's going to get stuck in the active. There's draw 1. Wait. Oh. A future ancient capsule thing? I guess instead of Bravery Charm? Is the catcher... Oh, it's a heads! Charmander's going down. But the board on the board isn't like too ridiculously set up here. So you honestly maybe should have put the capsule on the Sandy Shocks. Because now Piper could go double turbo plus Defiance Band, knock out this Sandy Shocks, which honestly is like pretty decent here. So we could actually see the Sandy Shocks go down here to the double turbo Defiance Band. I don't think either of the cards are prized either. I definitely saw the double turbo in the deck. I'm pretty sure Defiance Band's not prized. Is KO Pidgey bad? KO Charmander is definitely KO better than KO Pidgey. Bro, why have I been hearing this so much lately? Look, you guys are like brainwashed into thinking you have to KO Pidgey. Who put out this propaganda? If they have one Charmander in play, KO the lone Charmander, give yourself +1 turn to play the game. If you go KO Pidgey, all they need is Candy Zard, and then they're fine to go. The thing is, like, decks can just live off Pheasantipity now as well. I swear, people have gotten brainwashed into, like, going after Pidgey is usually good. Like, if they have 2 Charmander and a Pidgey, you want to KO Pidgey. But if they have Charmander Pidgey, or 1 Charmander, 1 Pidgey, then you want to KO the Charmander. You want to get the +1 turn. If you're the more aggressive deck, you just get that +1 turn, you win the game. Like, they just like play off tempo, and then you always win the game, basically. That's the thing. You literally always win the game here or pretty much always win the game now as Raging Bolt. But yeah, if you can KO Pidgey, like if they have 2 Charmander in play, then KO Pidgey is great. But when it's the 1/1, you definitely want to go KO the thing. Remember, chat, Alexander's 3-0, not you. I mean, that's a bad critique. People throw all the time. Being 3-0 is like not any like, yeah, that's like, that's a bad critique of the situation. Just because they're 3-0 doesn't mean they're not misplaying. That's what we're here to point out is the mistakes if we think they're making them. The judge is pretty good here as well, but the board is still really underdeveloped here for Alexander. The board is like super, super underdeveloped. So we are getting this next prize card, but we have no Raging Bolts in play, only one Ogre Pawn in play. Like, Piper could go like Candy Charizard, Counter Catcher, KO, Ogre Pawn now, and then that should be in a pretty good spot. There's Ultra Ball and 4 Steel Stone in the hand there as well. That could become Luminion. The hand, once again, from Alexander is like not too ridiculously powerful. There's the Pokestop in hand. You could go a little bit deeper here as Alexander, but also like giving Pokestop over to Piper when you just judged them. When you just judged her is like questionable. Like, I don't know, like it is value for you, but you also just like want to take full advantage of the judge disruption ideally. So I feel like the board at least seems like decent here. You have Nest Ball, so if there is a return knockout, then Pheasant Dippity can get involved. If there's not a return knockout, you're good to just chill for another turn. So honestly, I think maybe holding stop here is the way to go. Because the stop can be a big, big deal for Charizard. Candies, Ultra Balls, stuff like that. There's a Poffin from Piper. Gets the Cleffa. Is this going to be a run to Cleffa angle? Ultra Balls away. Wait, what is that other card? It's B-Barrel. Gets rid of Forest. And another Poffin. I don't even know if there's anything worth grabbing. I was expecting maybe Ultra Ball for Luminion, but I guess just to go get the Rabska. Oh, is it Rabska? All right, we got B-Barrel for 5 here. Let's see if anything comes of it. Yikes. Not great. Has the retreat, though. Oh, has Arvin. We haven't played a supporter yet, but still not Candy Charizard here. Can just retreat and use Cleffa, though, I guess. Oh, it could go for the Unfair, actually. That's pretty good. Unfair is decent here. All right, Unfair Defiance. You probably want to attach the... Ooh, you probably want to attach the Double Turbo Energy, so that way if you whiff, you can just retreat, right? Into the Cleffa, draw with Cleffa. So probably Double Turbo active. He's going... Not going, like, all out, but is going in for this knockout on this Ogre Pawn. Double Turbo to the B-Barrel. Okay, if we don't hit a... Well, now, if there's no candy... We can't get into Cleffa now. That's actually... I don't know if I like that. Why not Double Turbo active here? We still KO the Ogre Pawn. 2 prize cards have been drawn, right? And we could have put the Defiance Band on the active if there hadn't been. But there has been. I feel like Double Turbo active just in case you whiff makes sense. Unlucky that Luminion was prized, to be honest. Would you have gone for Luminion there? No candy. So it is a whiff. Could keep the Heavy Ball. I think Piper knows the Luminion is prized. So Heavy Ball does become Luminion next turn. There's an Ultra Ball for a Dippity. Oh, we're going further. We're just missing a candy here for Piper. Has Charizard and Heavy Ball in hand. If we're going to go for the Dippity here, that's so much draw power on board. I don't know if we need to keep the Heavy Ball. If Luminion's the only thing prized to get off Heavy Ball, I feel like keeping the Pidgeot in case we get candy here is maybe better. We're putting so many liabilities on play. There's the candy. Okay, we got there. Candy Charizard. Here comes the ability. Fire Energy are out. Could get the third one as well. But you maybe want to leave that in the deck to attack with Radzard next turn, probably. Yeah, I don't really like... Because if we get a candy... If we're trying to get a candy off the Pheasant Dippity here, going Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard is just better. I feel like just getting rid of the Heavy Ball there from Piper makes more sense. We have so much draw power on board here. And we're gonna get 2 prize cards here as well if we get the candies, which could lead to it. All right, double Nest Ball coming in from Alexander. The Ogre Pawn push there is interesting. I'm a little bit confused by the Ogre Pawn send up there. We can't attack with Ogre Pawn this turn. So we have to take the 1-hit with a Raging Bolt. Yeah, I don't know about... What is the point of the sending up the Ogre Pawn there? We're just going to lose an energy to retreat this thing now. Greninja Grab is fine. Is Pheasant Dippity not in there? Okay, there's the Dippity off the other Nest Ball. But also, we want another Ogre Pawn as well. So I don't know about using the Nest Ball on the Greninja, I think is incorrect. You should just Nest Ball for Dippity, hold Nest Ball, because we want Pawn and Radiant Greninja here, I feel like. Maybe they have E-Switch? Probably not. E-Switch sounds pretty terrible in there. Yeah, sending it to Ogre Pawn is just weird. Maybe they do have E-Switch, though. All right, Dippity for 3 first. We definitely would want to value concealed cards a little bit more highly on the follow-up. I guess the argument is you can retreat. I guess the argument would be you can retreat the Ogre Pawn into the one prizer this turn, whereas you can't do that with Raging Bolt if you whiff. I guess maybe that is fair. Oh, I don't like that Palpad discard. How many Sada are in the discard pile here? The Judge is not a good grab. Maybe it's not that many. There's one Sada. Is it only one Sada? We could have kept the Palpad. Palpad back the Sada, then use concealed cards. Maybe discarding it's fine. There's a concealed. No Sada. Yeah, maybe the more I think about it, maybe it is correct to set up the Ogre Pawn, to be honest. Because I guess like you're... Well, I mean, how much do you feel like you're all in on Sada here, I guess is the question. I feel like you're reasonably all in on Sada. But maybe retreating to the Sandy Shocks for a turn is reasonable, especially because Countercatcher is not active. There's no bench space for Luminion, and there's no bench space for... there's no Pidgeot. So Boss is not guaranteed next turn. So if you can run to Sandy Shocks for a turn, which Alexander can now do, it's possible that Piper doesn't actually find a way to get the KO. Find a way to get a 2-prize knockout. Yep, and there's the retreat to the Sandy Shocks attached to the Bolt and just hit for 90. Now all Piper needs here is Boss. Boss or knockout active collapse away Pheasantipity. Because if you can collapse away the Pheasantipity and then you only take a 1-prize knockout, Alexander goes down to 2-prize cards, and then you go Radzar with energy knockout in the response. You have no other 2-prize card, 2-prize Pokemon in play, and then you can go Candy Zard to close out the game after that. There's a Sinnoh. There's a Pidgeotto. So no Pidgeot this turn. Once again, if Piper had just kept the Pidgeot in hand and given up the Heavy Ball, Piper would have had Candy Pidgeot, or Candy Charizard, Candy Pidgeot, Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard, and then would have had Boss this turn. Now, I don't want to be too anecdotal, but like I said, I didn't like the discarding of the Pidgeot over the Heavy Ball there for sure. Countercatcher is not active, so Piper cannot guarantee a 2-prize knockout this turn. I actually don't know if I like this choice from Piper. I almost wouldn't have hated to see Turo up the Pheasantipity to once again play for that 1-prize board state. I think Piper should have Turoed up Pheasantipity here. I don't know if Piper plays the collapse. Oh, there's a collapse in there, so the collapse is still an option. I think Turo up the Dippity, take the knockout, and then play for Radzard next turn was pretty good. Turo and Cleffa here, maybe. Turo up the Charizard and then use Cleffa. That's not terrible, to be honest. I don't hate that either. I just don't like not getting Dippity out of play here with the Turo. I don't like not getting A2. Well, no, yeah, Turo the active would have been... The problem with Turo active push Cleffa, though, is then you need also a Gust effect to get around the 1-prizer, because the 1-prizer is just going to KO your Cleffa. So that's tough. I think knockout with Charizard and Turo Pheasantipity is probably the play here. Give them 2 prize cards, then you get access to Countercatcher around Raging Bolt, and then you have the threat of another Charizard on the next turn. So I think I would like to have seen Turo up the Dippity there from Piper. But we can always collapse it away or Turo it next turn, I guess, as well. I guess that is possible. Maybe that is fine, because now you could just go... Well, now you need to go Radzard plus Turo the Dippity. Now you give them Dippity, though? That's true. I guess by attacking here, you give them Dippity. I guess that's something maybe you don't want to do. That is fair, yeah. I guess we could just not attack for turn. But getting the 1-prize isn't, like, terrible for Piper here, though. I feel like taking a 1-prize knockout here is not terrible. Like, it does set you up for your Radzard prize trade from here on out. Maybe that's another reason to keep the Dippity in play this turn, is to use it next turn and then Turo it out of play. Or collapse it out of play. We could get either of those, I guess, here for Piper. Both those are, like, reasonable. Alright, so the knockout should be guaranteed here for Alexander. You don't actually need a Sada here. I don't know if a Sada was found at all or not. But you don't need one here. All right, Sawdust found. So knockout's happening. Now on Piper's turn, you need Countercatcher, Radzard, Fire Energy, and a way to get Pheasant Deputy out of play to guarantee that Alexander won't have a win condition next turn. What do the white circles mean over the cards? Wait, what white circles? Oh, that means the ability's been used. They use that as an indicator that the ability's been used. That means that you've used the ability of that Pokemon. All right, there's the Sada for 3. A lot of energy in play now. They get the KO on the active is 100% happening. I guess like instead of Countercatcher, I guess I doubt Piper. I doubt Piper plays Vacuum, but you could vacuum the tool and still Radzard the active that way. You definitely just need to attack with a 1 prize Pokemon here. You need to attack with the Radzard here as Piper, and like I said, you also need your only 2 prizes out of play in the Dippity. Ooh, well, I feel like we want to leave an energy on an Ogerpon here. If you don't leave an energy on an Ogerpon, then all of a sudden, if Piper attacks with Charizard, you have to set up... I don't know if I like that. This opens up like the attack for... This makes the attacking with Charizard way better for Piper. Like, if you have to. I don't think you want to. But Piper now could attack with Charizard, and it would be like less bad. Less bad. If Piper just doesn't have access to Radzard here, which she does. There's a Super Rod. Probably going to recover fires. Maybe recovers the Charizard, but should just be triple fire recovery. Maybe the Pidgeot if all the Pidgeots are in the discard pile. 2 fire. Palpad the Iono. And like we have the Radzard in hand here for Piper. So bench Radzard. Start drawing with B-Barrel and the Dippity. You don't even need to find the Iono here. You should get this Fez and Dippity off board. You probably should have bossed the Fez instead of Sada too. Probably you may as well take the combo draw power away from Piper. Well, the thing is, then you have to gust next turn, the turn after as well. So it depends how much gust he has left, to be honest. Or no energy so far. Does have Iono plus Pheasantipity here though. Still, we're not done. But you do need to be able to Turo the Pheasantipity. Or okay, oh the Countercatcher and oh we need the Countercatcher as well. That's literally everything. All right, so Countercatcher, you take out the Dippity. Ooh, you could take out the Raging Ball as well though. There's an argument to KO the Raging Ball. And then there's the Turo on the Dippity. All right, that's it. That's what we needed. I don't even know if there's anything to grab off this Poffin. Ooh, gotta get the Relor. Just in case. Is it correct to grab this? I think it's fine. Because if Alexander takes a knockout, then you... Well, maybe you want to be able to use Luminion and Pheasantipity next turn. So maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't have put the Relor in play, actually. That might have been a mistake here from Piper. Has an Iono. Oh, no, but we played Turo already. Never mind. Caught myself on that one. All right, Piper's down to 1 prize card. Yeah, now we got the Luminion. I don't know if it would ever come up where we want Luminion and Pheasantipity on the same board state, but it could theoretically, I guess. I don't know if there's enough. I don't know if there's enough fire energy left in the deck for Piper to win. I'm assuming there is. We'll see. So the knockout is, I assume, is guaranteed here for Alexander. If it's not, then Piper has so much time to like set up for the win here. Infinite amount of time. Is there no Sada here for Alexander? We do need a Sada, right? Or did the Sada already happen? Is that where the fighting energy came from, actually? Am I just not paying attention? Stealing some cards. Could still play Sada. Pretty bad spot to be in, though. I'm pretty sure Piper has game in hand. I'm pretty sure Piper has a fire in hand, a fire in deck, so it should be game. This is the situation if I was on Piper's side where I would probably just show I have game. Like, you want to have enough time left for game 3. I mean, they still have 30 minutes left, which is more than enough to complete 2 games in this match. All right, Alexander's going to get a slow play warning here soon. This is taking forever. Yeah, if I was in Piper's situation, I would have already shown that I have game. And if Alexander does have Iono or Judge, whatever, they play it, and I have a B-Barrel on board, I'll be fine. Just a pass. So Piper might not be able to win this turn because of the pass, but Piper can just go pass back and then win next turn, so... Maybe you attach the fire to the Charmeleon. I know there's a fire in the hand here for Piper, but could Gush Charmeleon help Alexander? No. Nothing here helps Alexander. Alexander just loses. Yeah, Piper should literally go just attach fire to Charmeleon, play TM Devo, pass. And then you just win next turn. I assume there's another fire left in the deck here for Piper. I'll just attach TM Devo, pass is fine as well. This should have never even hurt Piper either. Like, the only thing that would be a little bit awkward if Piper top decks Fire Energy, but then Piper can go evolve to Pidgeot, Iono the 2 fire and the charge it to the bottom of the deck, and then catch her Bib and Iono. But the prime, yeah, that's not possible though because Alexander's prime catcher is prized. Otherwise, that would be a play. Yeah, counter catcher Bib plus Iono would be a play. Would be a play, but there's no Iono here for or not no Iono, no prime catcher here for Alexander. It's prized. There's the pass, there's the concede. Okay, I don't think Alexander can attack anymore. I'm pretty sure for Alexander to get a lightning energy there, Alexander had to use Sada and would have decked out. So it has ET. It has, we'd catcher it though. What does catcher Bib even do? We'd KO it. We go prime Iono or prime. I don't think Alexander plays Iono though. We saw a Judge. Alexander probably only plays Judge. So you'd go prime Judge. Hope they don't have a attacker. But Alexander did not have prime. Prime was still prized. So yeah, we KO the Bib. We don't just leave the Bib to chill. I guess thinking about it a little bit more, like going back to that turn, I don't know. Getting rid of the Pidgeot was still a little bit weird. I guess Piper was maybe correct for Piper to never set up Pidgeot, to be honest. Like, I went back to that turn where I was like, I feel like Piper shouldn't have Ultra Balled away the Pidgeot EX and should have Ultra Balled away the Heavy Ball. Because we have so much draw power on board, I don't know how reliant we are on the minion. But this did make it so that Piper could play around not having another 2-prizer in play. Just get Pheasantipity out of play, and then you go to the full 1-prize board state. So maybe it's correct for Piper to have built up the board this way. Just go to the Pidgeotto. Pidgeot, that's another thing about Pidgeot EX, is it's like a... I don't like using the term bait, but it is kind of like a bait in these more aggressive matchups. Because it is just another 2-prize Pokemon on the bench. Like, Pidgeot is something you don't want to set up in this matchup, if you can avoid it, or you don't want to set it up in this matchup, or the Miraidon matchup, because it's just 2 prize cards for them to go after at some point. So it's like the thing when they have like 1 Pidgey, 1 Charmander in play. It's like, if I KO the Pidgey, they can't get to the Pidgeot. If you KO the Charmander, they can't get to the Charizard. And if they only have Pidgeot at that point, you're not getting knocked out for that turn. You're not getting knocked out for that turn, and then your opponent, then you get another free turn. You go, okay, cool. You can go Candy Pidgeot. That's another 2 prizer on your bench I can go after later. And you still need to set up a Charizard to actually draw prize cards. Did Alexander choose first? That's a big mistake. You go second in this matchup. For anyone who's curious, you go second in this matchup. You want to be aggressive. You need to be aggressive. The Charizard deck has... Like, that's what we saw in game 1. Piper went first. Alexander went second. No, he went second. Oh, did Piper go draw pass? I think he chose second and Piper's turn was Bib go. Oh, okay, my bad. my bad. Does Raging Ball ever go first? There might be like what maybe against Drago. Okay, I missed it. Okay, good. Alexander went first or second. My bad. Cycling a little bit, tool card, and then here comes the Billy for 6. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get Radiant Greninja down. Oh, but there's a Sada. Do we have an energy though? Is there an energy in the discard pile? I don't think so. I think we have to Pokestop away a fighting or a lightning, and then hope to draw into a vessel. Oh! What the heck? Dude, the Nest Ball for Greninja. Dude, what the heck? Nest Ball for Greninja first. Well, we could Vessel first. That's fine. Vessel away at grass. Sure, get in there with that. Dude, holy smokes. Prime prize again. Yeah, Alexander needs to... Where was the prime at? Was it in the top 2 again? Alexander needs to find a... So we got this turn 1 knockout here. Just get aggressive. And honestly, I would take out that Bidoof. That Bidoof's going down. If I find a catcher, the Bidoof's cooked. He's not surviving. I don't think Alexander plays Iron Bundle. Otherwise, we could have seen Trekking Shoes first to try and find Iron Bundle, and then Nest Ball afterwards. Or if you find the Greninja, then you Nest Ball for the Iron Bundle. Whatever. Just find a different basic. Find the other basic. So what do you take into consideration to know if a deck needs to go first or second on a match? Just whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. I'll come up with a way to explain it one day, and then I'll be able to tell you. Or we're trying to maximize our win rates. Whatever seems like it gives us the higher win percentage. But I'm not sure what's being questioned here. Yeah, we got the KO on the Radzard, which is still decent because now Piper needs to like recover Radzard for like the late game potentially, or most likely for the late game, because Alexander's gonna get 2 1-prize knockouts here for sure. Alexander's gonna get 2 1-prize knockouts here for sure. You definitely want to keep 1 energy on the active so you don't need Sada next turn. All right, over to Piper. The B barrel is also gonna get stuck in the active though, which is unfortunate, or will probably get stuck in the active. What would I play if I went to Baltimore? Drago. Attach 1 with Sada. Was there another energy to be attached? You could have had 2 energy on the active. Oh, was there an extra energy in the? Was there an extra energy in the discard pile? I don't think there was. I thought it was just the one energy in the discard pile. There was grass in the discard. Oh, that's definitely a mistake then. Yeah, definitely a mistake. All right, well, we found B-Barrel. We found Charmander. Once again, we're not doing anything big this turn, though, on Piper's side. We're just trying to find more Charmanders. We just need more Charmanders. Maybe we get Dippity down to draw some more cards. All right. Counter Catcher on the other Raging Bolt. Team Evo to the active. Could be a Team Evo angle this turn. We'll see. Another Charmander is good. Getting into Cleffa would be good this turn as well, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. What deck do I think is going to win this tournament? Drago. Here's the Arvin. We didn't get an energy, I don't believe. Oh, hang on, we can still go for the unfair stamp, though. Yeah, because TM Evo here to get the Charmeleon online would be sick. We go for the unfair stamp. We're looking just for a fire to get a Charmeleon in play. Maybe the Pidgeotto as well, right? So we get our Charmeleon, our Pidgeotto set up. Also, actually, this is like a pretty good combo here. Counter Catcher unfair. It's very possible that Alexander whiffs Asada. Arvin Boss Poffin. No energy. I don't see any energy anyways. But if there's a whiff this turn, there's a Pidgey. Could get 3rd Charmander. I don't hate it. But then you don't have room for like Dippity Luminion or something like that next turn. Or actually even just Luminion. Like if you do want Alexander to whiff here, but you want to be able to take advantage of Alexander whiffing. So maybe like Luminion comes down next turn or something like that. So I think I like holding off on the 3rd Charmander there. All right, pass over to Alexander. Oh, Pokegear is good. Vessel's good. This is all good. Vessel away that Nest Ball. Get some energy. Start drawing. I don't even know what you go. Maybe you go for a fight. Maybe how would I do this? Fighting grass. But the thing is, I think we want to use concealed cards first because it just draws more cards, right? So we're gonna conceal away the grass, but then we should have got like another lightning and concealed away the lightning held the fighting, right? Or maybe it should always be. I mean, I guess this is fine then for the same reason. We go grass first, see what we get. I don't know, I just want to concealed cards first. Okay, now we got a lightning to work. But see, now we concealed cards, but now we don't have a grass. I don't know, that's interesting. We should definitely Pokestop before we Pokegear. That's a misplay. Never punished? No, never punished. So the reason you want to Pokestop first is because you can hit items, thin out the deck of more cards, and then Pokegear afterwards, increase your odds of getting the Sada. Or you hit Palpad, and then you use the Palpad to recover Sadas, and then you increase your Pokegear odds as well. We should always Pokestop first there. Pokestop, then Pokegear. I think there's an argument to go... There's also like an argument to have gotten, like... Concealed cards away the fighting, keep the grass for the Ogre Pawn. Because if we find Sada, we probably find an out to another energy. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the sequence so far. We still have Pokestop to work with if we want to. At this point, you don't have to Pokestop now. Now we don't have to Pokestop if we don't want to here. Because we've already found what we need for our turn. But, I mean, we need follow-up, though. This hand is not that good, so I would probably Pokestop here. We can start with an energy retrieval, though. Draw one more energy with Ogre Pawn. Or draw one more card with Ogre Pawn. Oh, we're burning the switch card here. We could have attached Fighting Active. I guess it makes sense. We want the one with the tool in the active, right? Because Charizard still can't KO this thing. That's really annoying for Piper to have to deal with. I'd play the retrieval and use the other Ogre Pawn here for sure. Play the retrieval, use the other Ogre Pawn, hit the Pokestop. Especially if we have Palpad in the deck. Yeah, I would just progress deeper through our deck here. More options for next turn. I don't like that. Should have played the retrieval. Use another Ogre Pawn. Should have hit the Pokestop. The Pokestop part of the sequence should have happened sooner, though. Unless I missed the Pokestop use there, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Heavily favored is Drago into Zard. Decently favored. 60-40 plus, depending on the Zard build. Piper can still KO with Defiance? No. No. There's only 2 prize cards drawn. You need a counter catcher combo here. Goes into the Pokestop. That's a rare candy. I mean, that's usually pretty good. I don't know if it's enough. There's Candy Charizard, but we need a counter catcher as well, or a boss. Just setting this up isn't enough. Piper does not play the... I'm almost positive Piper does not play Lost Vacuum. Defiance plus Kieran. I don't think she plays Kieran. Has boss in hand. Okay. So we go boss KO. Probably the benched Raging Bolt because it removes energy from play. The other thing would be to bench KO an Ogre Pawn, though, to stop the acceleration of the energy. But does go after the Raging Bolt here. There's a knockout. This is where Piper has to get... I don't know how Piper's ever going to get into a Radzard next turn, but this is where that's what you need to do. All right, so once again, same sequence here from Alexander. Just needs to find a Sada. So we can go concealed cards, use some concealed cards, use some Ogre Pawns. And you want to put down the Raging Bolt here. I don't think you want to put Pheasant Dippity down. I think you want the second Raging Bolt with an extra energy on it from the Sada. We don't want to bench it yet, though. All right, yeah, Alexander's getting ahead of himself. We don't have the Sada yet. Oh, I guess you don't need Sada here to get the knockout. Oh, wait, that makes this... Oh, I guess it's still fine to bench Raging Bolt here. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself, actually. I still wouldn't bench it yet, but it's actually not that bad. We're always going to end up benching it in the end. We still have concealed cards as well, so we should hit the concealed cards before we play the Poke Gear. Just draw as much as possible before the gear. And then, depending on how many cards are left in deck, we could hit the Pokestop. Should we ever hit the Pokestop first? No, probably not. No concealed cards? Dude, punish, please. Thank goodness. The Judge could still be decent. I mean, you definitely take the Judge. Why are we not concealing cards there? What is that sequence? Did I miss it? Did I miss the concealed cards? Judge is ideal. I don't know. It depends how many cards Piper has in hand. Piper didn't really do anything last turn. I don't know if we want to judge Piper here. Yeah, I don't know how many cards Piper has in hand, but Piper really did not do very much last turn. Even if there's more than 4 cards in hand, it doesn't mean you should judge. Maybe he wants to keep his retrieval. I don't care what he wants to do. He's throwing. I don't care what he wants to do. He can do whatever he wants. He's still throwing. Yikes. We can even vacuum away. Actually, that was a misplay from Alexander. You should have vacuumed. Alexander got lucky to draw the back into the vacuum. You should have vacuumed away the Pokestop before you played the Judge there as well. That's another mistake. We saw the vacuum, right? Wasn't the vacuum in hand? Thought it was probably better. No, I don't mind the Judge. I don't really hate the Judge here. It depends how many cards are in Piper's hand. No, you didn't vacuum the stop. You're just giving Piper the stop. I don't know if Piper's going to need it, but you never leave that up. You never leave the stop up. It was in hand? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, you never leave the stop up here. You should vac the band. No, you've drawn 4 now. Your activates 1 hit KO. The band doesn't matter, right? There's an Arvin. I don't know about playing this before hitting the stop here as Piper, but it depends on what the composition of the hand is. Vac anything? Oh, just vac anything? Yeah, true. But we should always vac the Pokestop there before we play the Judge. We probably should have hit the Pokestop as well before we play the Judge. All right, so it is just Candy Charizard from Piper here, which means Piper does just lose to 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, no. Because Alexander didn't maximize... Hasn't been maximizing energy turn over turn here. Alexander could actually be an energy short on the KO here, right? Because if Alexander had maximized Ogerpons on a previous turn, we would have had +1 energy in play here. Which means if Piper didn't have Gust KO on the Ogerpon, we could go with an Ogerpon knockout. And also that first grass energy on the beginning of the game, right? Bro is not energy maxing? Yeah, not energy maxing at all. And that actually could come back to be a huge difference here. Probably 2. Yeah, he missed 2 grass energy throughout the game. So now he needs 3rd Ogerpon plus another grass. There actually might not be the resources here. Depends if the 3rd Ogerpon is... We can access the 3rd... And this means we can't use... Oh, we can't 3rd Ogerpon because they have to bench Raging Bolt. Wait, what? Wait, doesn't Piper just win? Am I missing something? Attach for turn, plus energy. Oh, no. I am trolling. We get to 5. For some reason, I thought we were capped out at 4. Never mind. We have 5 still. Oh! Holy smokes. Is there even a lightning in hand? Oh my... Does he even have a lightning? He's got a vessel. Are they making him keep it? Are they making him keep the energy? Oh my gosh. So he has to switch card into Greninja now. And you maybe catch or something as well. You maybe play the catcher to bring up a Pidgey to hopefully trap it. Playing too hasty. He got ahead of himself. Is there even a lightning in the deck, though? Like, no memes. Did Alexander actually have a way to... The minions in the discard pile. There's the Pokestop. Super Rod! Do we have an Ultra Ball in hand? There's an Ultra Ball! Oh my gosh! Super Rod back to Luminion. Ultra Ball for Luminion. Pause. Oh my goodness. That's rough. I mean, the mistakes are mounted there for Alexander, right? It was the initial... when we weren't energy maxing. There was a lack of energy maxing early on in the game. Missed the grass energy on Asada. Didn't use an Ogerpon when we had an energy retrieval in hand. Didn't hit Pokestop multiple times throughout the game as well. Especially if the Palpad's in the deck. We should just be going through our deck with that Pokestop. The Palpad maybe got discarded early. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. There's maybe the Pokestop uses maybe were questionable. We weren't energy maxing. Should have been energy maxing. And then, yeah, obviously just like a throw there at the end. Like, obviously just like got ahead of himself. Went to go just attach energy from hand. But obviously it has to be a lightning. I don't actually know if he had an... I don't know if Alexander had an out to a lightning, though. I think Alexander missequenced that. I think the retrieval needed to get lightning or fighting to combo with the Sada, and then you had to hopefully vessel into the last grass. Had game in hand, he had vessel. No, I don't know if there's a lightning in the deck, though. There might not have been a lightning in the deck. Vessel doesn't equal lightning energy. It has to be in the deck. Was there a lightning in the deck? I don't know if there was. They might have all been in the discard pile, which means off the retrieval, you had to go get a fighting or a lightning instead of double grass, but we knew there was a grass in the deck. His last search there was one lightning in deck. Okay, fair. If there is, there is. I don't know if there was, though. Yeah, Vessel doesn't guarantee energy. He had game, he just had to retrieval for lightning and Vessel for grass. Yeah, exactly. He had game no matter what. Yeah, he had game no matter what. He got ahead of himself at least once there. I was wondering if he got ahead of himself twice there. But yeah, Piper with the dub, 2-0. Cleaner play, right, on her side. So you like to see the player who played better win the match. All right, I'm gonna set the standard for the day here. I went 0-3. Yo, what's up, Jesse? Wait, actually, did you play Miraidon? Remember, chat, we're never judging the players. We're never judging the players. And you'll hear through my... Played Lugia. I thought Lugia was a pretty decent play as well. Maybe I'm just trolling. The most played deck? Regidrago. Second most played is Raging Bolt. All right, we got Tyler Matthews. He always plays... Tyler almost always plays something a little bit janky. And it looks like it is... the Banette Dusknoir deck. This deck's pretty dope. The deck is pretty dope. Open the Alakazam, which is not dope, actually. That's one of the least dope things you can start. Are we doing bets? Oh, yeah, here, I got you. All right, predictions up. Have at it. We actually don't know what Lance is playing. I assume it's Reggie. I mean, it's Reggie Drago or the other deck, right? Bolt. Drago. It is Drago. Okay. This matchup is honestly, it's pretty close. I don't know. It's definitely a fine matchup for the Bennett deck for sure. Drago they showed. Okay, so Drago versus Bennett. Y'all want to be more informed on your predictions here. Found a Duskull and a Shuppet here from Tyler. The big question for Lance off the rip here is going to be how many E-switches are found. Yeah, how many are found before the item lock gets established. Looks like Squawkabilly is being eyed up here. There's probably nothing too crazy in Lance's build. Nothing too crazy prized. Ogerpon and a Grass Energy behind the chat. Is there a better place that I can put chat? I was thinking about putting chat in the bottom left, but then I'd block up one of the bench Pokemon. Or a couple of the bench Pokemon. Maybe that's not... So I put them over the... I feel like where I put chat is probably just the correct spot. Put on the middle of the screen. Front and center for chat. Does chat even need to be there? They gotta be there. Yeah, chat's gotta be there. It's under my contract with chat. Ultra Ball coming out as well. See if it grabs the Tina, making its way to the discard pile early. That's like another big thing. That is another big thing with this matchup. Is like if you can't find your attackers and get them into the discard pile early, you could really struggle to find them later on. Is this still old format? It is, yeah. Still the old format. He's going for the Drago here. The other thing to go for would be like an Ogerpon, I guess, but we want to set up that Drago. Ogerpons are not going to be enough in this matchup. I don't think. Yeah, they can't deal with Ursaluna at the end of the game. Seeing the chat cross-platform is very helpful to interact. Oh, that's true as well. That's got to be a pretty big deal, right? All right, there's the Billy. No supporter. Did find an E-switch. Like I mentioned, the E-switches are important to get all this energy off of. We do have the Mew as well. And an Ultra Ball. So we could see the Mew get used and the Ultra Ball get played. The way the hand looked, though, it would have to be like... Actually, you don't need to play the switch, but you'd want to switch into Mew here. You have to go like E-switch, switch. E-switch, switch into the Mew. Ultra Ball away the Grass and the Ultra Ball. Yeah, I think it's kind of just the way it has to be. It feels bad to... Oh, no, we got the Fire attachment already. It doesn't feel that bad to actually discard the Grass here. You don't want to, but... Actually, could we see a turn one? We could see a turn one attack happen, actually. Does go for the Drago V-Star. It's going to be one less draw off the restart. But that's probably fine for the situation, to be honest. That's fine. Is that 4 Ultra Ball down? It might be... Is it actually? It might actually be 4 Ultra Ball down. Oh, we switch into the... Am I trolling here? Is Lance trolling here? We switch into the Drago here? What happens if Tyler goes Iono, Papa Dustnor? Oh, there's no possibility of Poltergeist. This is fine. This is... Dragon Laser? Are we? But we could have switched into the Mew though, right? And then just had more flexibility. We definitely should have switched into the Mew there. There's no reason not to switch into the Mew. I don't. Well, but wouldn't you rather have the Mew in the active? There's no possibility of Poltergeist. In my head, I was thinking about Poltergeist, but Poltergeist is not possible. But that feels a little bit weird to just like set it up like that. I don't know. Brother from Tyler is not great. I don't know if we're going to be able to establish turn one item lock here on Tyler's side. It just feels weird to put our Drago on the active to take a... I mean, it's only 30 damage I guess we'd be taking from the item lock, but it still feels weird to put it in the active there to take any damage. Yeah, I guess because now the 30 damage can become... Well, I guess we could do it over... No, the 30 damage could be relevant, because now Tyler could go Dusknoir, item lock, and that would KO it, right? Yeah. This 30 damage actually would stop like a second Drago attack from happening. Possibly. I feel like leaving Mew in the active has to be the better of the two choices here, I feel like. Alright, Tyler can clear out the hand a little bit to then draw with Mew, but you need to hit like switch energy off Mew. That's a lot. That's a lot to hit off the Mew. Might just be a pass here from Tyler, to be honest. Yeah, I think it is a pass. Jeez. Not great. Not a great start. Yeah, opening Alakazam is just so bad. Also, why not just motivate here and guarantee turn to attack? Honestly, there's no reason. You're right. The best attack here was definitely motivate. With the threat of item lock coming, yeah, using motivate there was definitely the correct play. As long as there was enough energy in the discard pile. I guess that's the only question. Was there enough energy in the discard pile? But no, you're right. There was one grass. I guess that doesn't guarantee anything yet. Then could you have got another energy into the discard pile though? We might have been able to play for the motivate. You might be onto something with the playing for the motivate there. Actually, I would have to like go back and rewatch Lance sequence out the turn to see if we guaranteed could have played for that and got like the guaranteed double energy. But honestly, I just keep going back to like leaving Regidrago in the active to take that 30 damage. Actually, is pretty bad, right? Because double Dusknoir is 260 plus 30. That means you get like one less attack off with our Drago. I think players often forget Billy has an attack. That's fair, but it's so important in this matchup. Like, or not in this matchup. As Regidrago, Billy is just such a like you use motivate more in Regidrago, I think, than like any other deck I've seen up to this point. It actually comes up a decent amount. So for one energy here feels weird. Is that what Lance just did? Also, we could just see a Tina KO on the... Could see a Tina KO on the Bennett here. Do you even want to attack here? No, you definitely do. You definitely want to attack. Because if you can attack here with Dragapult, KO the Alakazam, KO the Duskull, like nothing... Yeah, Tyler could very easily get into the item lock on the next turn. I think ideally here you just one-hit KO the Bennett if you get the Gust, though. Just KO the Bennett, and then go from there. Yep, there's the boss. The Tina's in the discard pile. So now there's no threat of item lock next turn. And honestly, as Tyler here, I would probably concede. If I was Tyler here, I think I'd just concede. And just go next. Because the Bennett deck sometimes takes a little while to win games. 8 or 9 rounds? 9 rounds. I think we pack it up here. Lance getting like another turn of items has to be too many turns, right? I feel like it's too much. I guess Lance still hasn't played a draw supporter yet, though. So, like, maybe Lance can't get through the deck and actually find. But did just get Research plus E-Switch off the prize cards. About as good as it gets. I guess Tyler could get a Shuppet play off his turn. Like, you could get into Shuppet. And then item lock with Shuppet for a turn. And then establish the Bennett on the next turn. I guess that's still an out, to be honest. That's still an out, I guess, here. There's the Ultra Ball from Tyler. I don't know if Tyler plays the... Oh, plays Luminion. Okay. So we have Ultra Ball for Luminion for Iono. Or Research, actually. Yeah, probably Research. Because, yeah, Lance only has like a, 5-card hand? Probably just go for the Research. Yeah, so if we can get... Actually, if we can get into Shuppet here, I think there's actually a possibility. Get into Shuppet and get heads on the item lock is definitely the play here. Then we can set that up and we should be good for... Then we might be able to be good from there. We'll see. And then establish the Bennett on the next turn while KOing this Drago. Maybe get an Iono involved as well. And can maybe take over from there. I guess you could also just like not item lock and then still hope that Lancers has a really slow turn. I guess it's like that could happen. I don't know. I guess I'm always just thinking about time in my head. I think if you get the heads on the Bennett attack here, then you actually have a decent shot, to be honest. So we'll see what Tyler does here. Does Bennett play Bear? Henry's does. You have to. I think you have to. After playing with the deck, I don't see how the deck would ever win games without the Bear. I think you have to play the Bear. The Mew was prized. Prime Catcher's also prized. There's a Shuppet and a Bennett prize as well. Tyler goes for the Mew. Like I was saying, though, I think we need double Shuppet this turn from Tyler. One on the bench to become a Bennett, one in the active to try and establish some item lock here. And then I don't think Dragon Pulse in the discard pile for Lance yet. So even if Lance finds a Grass Energy, you can't KO double Shup. And there's a Vessel. That becomes the energy. I see a Night Stretcher in hand as well, so that becomes... Wait, is there any way to do 20 damage this turn? Could this Drago get KO'd here? No, right? Oh, you could Motivate. We did discard the Squawk ability. You could have gone Dusknoir, Motivate, KO, Drago. That would have been interesting. But then Lance has one prize card, or two prize cards left, and could just KO Squawk ability to win the game. So, I mean, that would be bad, obviously. Thinking about the Ultra Ball. Has Stretcher Super Rod Mew in hand. Like I was saying, what I want to see is the... Oh, we can Ultra Ball, we wanted the energy instead. This gets us to the double Shuppet energy. Yeah, this will get us double Shuppet, allow us to attack with a Shuppet for the turn. Let's see if Tyler actually goes for that line, though, or goes for something else. There's one Shuppet in the... Wait, is there a Shuppet? There's a Shuppet in the discard pile. We get a Shuppet out of the deck, so Night Treasure. We attach. Going for the Dustclops, though. If you go for the Dustclops here, this makes me think we're not going for the double Shuppet play, then. Maybe there's some play here where Tyler can just ignore or never go into Bennett anymore and go for, like, the Ursaluna Iono next turn or something. There's a Super Rod. I guess we'll see if you value the Bennetts and the Shuppets. So he's going to stretch it for that Shuppet, but we could have Ultra Ball for another Shuppet instead of the Dustclops. I guess like another question here. Well, no, because even if Lance has Dragon Ball in the discard pile, if you only bench one Shuppet, you lose to your lone Shuppet getting KO'd. Now you could bench two Shuppet on the bench. You could do that. You could put down two Shuppets on your bench, and then that does play around Dragon Ball being able to snipe both off the bench on the same turn. I feel like if you're not item locking Lance here, Lance is going to get Dragon Ball in the discard pile anyways. Oh, don't like that. I think we definitely should have attached to Shuppet before we drew with me. Why would we want to draw one less card here? That doesn't make any sense. There's the Dusknoir pop. Be 130 on the active, I imagine. Another prize card for Lance is going to be that Halucha. Goes for the bench. Okay. And yeah, there's the Shuppet push anyways. So Tyler is going for this play to try and get heads. Why did we play it like this from Tyler? This is definitely some poor sequence. This is like, I don't like this sequence at all from Tyler then. In my head, I was like, Tyler has to be doing something else if he's sequencing it this way. But then he sequenced it this way and then still went for the play. So it's a bad sequence there from Tyler. But does get the play. The play does happen. A little bit of a roundabout way. We had more of it guaranteed. Over to Lance, place a research. No items this turn now. We got the heads on the Shuppet. We did find the Grass Energy here for Lance. And of course, does still have that Legacy Star. But if you don't Legacy Star this turn, your Regidrago could just go down next turn, which means you won't have access to Legacy Star anyways. Why didn't he double pop KO Mew or the bird? Because that's not good enough. Oh, wait. Is there a Dragon Pult already in Lance's discard pile? If there was already a Dragon Pult in Lance's discard pile, then this concede is fine, I guess. You still could have won. Could you have still won? No, because you can't pop Dustclops anymore. Yeah, but the pop putting the damage on the bench Drago was just a bad play as well from Tyler. I think you have to pressure the active. Because if the Dragon Pult play does happen from Lance, which I assume there was a Dragon Pult in the discard pile there from Lance, then you can still go Ursaluna Iono KO. I assume Tyler plays the Ursaluna. You could have researched it. Yeah, it's possible. I assume it was in there if Tyler conceded there. Yeah, KOing the Mew or the bird off the bench is just not. Why didn't we double pop KO Mew or bird? Because drawing prize card doesn't progress towards a win condition. KOing a random 2 prize. KOing. I mean, we'd always KO the Mew over the. We'd always KO the Mew over. We always KO the Mew over the Squawkabilly because Squawkabilly is useless at this point and Mew is a support Pokemon. But KOing a support Pokemon off our opponent's bench doesn't progress us towards a win condition. Simply drawing prize cards is not equal towards winning the game. Saving it attached for next game. Might just want to save time. I mean, there's not the Dragon Ball attack there for how he played it, though. The only reason you can see there at that point is the Dragon Ball attack. Because that's still, like, winnable. Based, like, with the Shuppet heads there, the match is, the game is still definitely winnable. Depending on the hand there from Tyler on the follow-up. Because we can go into... Well, no, it's not actually. Because you can't go into... It's like it's not unwinnable, but... Yeah, Tyler needed to put the Dusknoir damage on the active there. So you could actually KO the Regidrago with item lock. That's what you need to be able to do there from Tyler. Was KO the Regidrago with item lock on that turn. But Tyler went for... what did Tyler go for? To put the 130 on the bench, Drago. This doesn't make any sense, I don't think. Why didn't you go to Bolt? I didn't want to. Is Tyler playing Henry's deck? Yeah, not a Henry's exact 60. Definitely some differences. No trekking shoes, and then it has the Luminion in there. Tyler's playing Banette Dusknoir. Honestly, I have not seen the Ursaluna here from Tyler, which is crazy. That's crazy to me. If there's no Ursaluna in there. The Ursaluna's got to be in there. Not playing Ursaluna in that deck seems wild. It's very hard for Banette to win 2 games in 33 minutes without Lance conceding. I disagree. This deck is pretty fast. The deck doesn't take that long to win games. This is not like a normal Banette deck. It's not the average Banette deck that we've seen in formats leading up to this point. Am I going to do any EU regionals this year? Yeah, probably 1 or 2. Ursula is the only reason that deck is remotely viable. There was a bear in there? Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but there's no way there's not, right? If he has Luminion, he probably has Salvatore. Maybe. Oh, that is a Salvatore right there, literally, yeah. So is playing for the option of the turn 1 Banette. The turn 1 Banette cheese. All right, this is a pretty decent setup so far here from Tyler. Yeah, has the turn 2 item lock available. And yeah, could get super aggressive on this next turn with like multiple Dusknoirs possibly. A little confused why Tyler scooped during Lance's turn. I think because Lance had the attack with Dragon Ball. Tyler was just hoping that Lance didn't have a grass energy to be able to attack with Dragon Ball, but as soon as Lance drew the grass return and showed the Dragon Ball, I think Tyler decided that was the game was too far gone, with both Shuppets getting KO'd. Backed it up on the double Shuppet knockout. All right. So double Shuppet, double Duskull on the bench here for Tyler. We'll see. Once again, the big thing is like how many energy switch can Lance pull off on this turn before the item lock happens. And opening Regidrago is a little bit awkward for Lance because actually it's really awkward because if you're gonna energy switch here as Lance, do you energy switch to the active? But the problem with energy switching to the active is Tyler could just hit double Dusknoir KO that Drago, but I guess you would just hit double. Well, you also could get Poltergeisted as well. I think you always have to like E-switch to your bench Drago, and maybe you use the active Drago's first attack, to be honest. Maybe as the active Drago, you go with a Celestial Roar, and you E-switch to the bench Drago, if you get any E-switches for the turn. Ideally, you switch or Prime Catcher into your Squawkabilly, and Squawkabilly load a bunch of energy in play, but that's going to be the question. Is that possible? Is any of that found? 2 E-switches prize? Was there? I only saw 1, but there might have been 2. Best deck in the meta? Regidrago. Tina once again getting to the discard pile early. I mentioned it last game, it's a big deal. You want to get that set up as soon as possible. Tina's like a big attacker. The option of Tina just to like start blowing up Banettes is big for sure. So finding that early. And that's the thing. Once item lock gets established, it can be tough to... I mean, you can't use Ultra Balls or anything like that, so it can be tough to find. Ball number 1. Has fire active and the E-switch, but now all the energy's on this Regidrago. Double Dusknoir could happen. Poltergeist could happen. What do we got here? I see Regidrago. I don't see a ton of trainers in that hand, though. There's like no trainers in that hand, actually. Could even play that Ultra Ball and make it less trainers. Ultra Ball might be worth playing here just to get Dragapult and put it in your hand to research it away next turn, to be honest. Yeah, even going to give up the Mew, which is some form of draw power. Of course, when you're under item lock, Mew's draw power is not quite as good, but into the late game, item lock will be broken eventually, probably at some point from Tyler. So having the Mew in play to be able to draw some cards is nice. All right. There we go. Over to Tyler. If Tyler does want to KO the active this turn, does need double Dusknoir. Is quite a ways away from double Dusknoir. As I see one Dusknoir in hand. But he obviously needs like candy. Ultra Ball's coming down. I assume to go get Banette here. And then maybe you'll hit the Pokestop before you play the Iono. But honestly, I wouldn't hate to just see Iono and then evaluate Pokestop after. But if we're going to do that, I feel like Tyler should have actually Ultra Balled away a Dusknoir to have it in the discard pile to combo with Night Stretcher. I think that was maybe a mistake there from Tyler. We could have kept another Ultra Ball in the deck and gotten rid of the Dusknoir in hand, so it's in the discard pile ready to combo with Night Stretcher. So depending on how we draw off of the Iono, we'll have more access to Candy Dusknoir. Could also just like pop a Dusknoir and pop a Dusknoir and actually go for the Poltergeist here, but I was just going to go into the stop first. Okay. Not terrible. It's all right. No Candy Dusknoir. So now, the question is, like, you could take away you could just attach active to make sure you can move your active here. Often, probably just going to go get another Duskull here. The more I think, the way I would like to have seen Tyler sequence that, honestly, is Ultra Ball away. I definitely would like to have seen Ultra Ball away, Dusknoir, play Iono, pop Pokestop after that. Oh, but I guess that means you have to like pick where you put your energy now. Because if you're going to Iono here, all right, so now we're just committed to no Poltergeisting. Yeah. We're committing to just going into the item lock, trying to deal with this Drago through item lock, which I think probably makes the most sense. Because if you go for the Poltergeist here, I don't know, the Poltergeist isn't bad, though. I don't hate the Poltergeist either. Especially because we did play the Iono. So Lance has less control over the hand right now. I see a Candy. I see an Ultra Ball. Has the other Banette in the hand for next turn. To get an Iono to reset the hand, because the hand's not great here. He's going to even go ahead and evolve it. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that here. But I guess you're playing around Dragapult's attack. But like, I think if Lance can attack this turn, Lance is going to Tina you and just knock out your Banette. And if that happens, you might want to get back into item lock. So I don't really love that. And there's the item lock. I don't really love that evolve to the Banette right now. I would like to have seen maybe Tyler wait a turn just to see what Lance does. Because if you get Teened here, you could go pop Dusknoir, and then reestablish item lock. All right, so no items for Lance. We do have the Dragon Laser. Here comes an Iono. But Lance wants to do something bigger this turn. Lance wants to find Regidrago V-Star. And just, and there it is. Regidrago V-Star. And an Ogerpon with a grass. So we can leave a fully set up Drago in the active. Lance does have the bench space for the other Ogerpon. So Lance can just lost on the 2 grass off the bench. Bench Ogerpon, accelerate again, draw another card. Lost on 2 grass off the bench, and still have a fully set up Drago in the active. And there's no threat on it now. There's no threat to KO it. Oh, no, that's not true. Ursaluna could get involved. Right? Ursaluna could get involved here. And maybe we do see Ursaluna get involved. Because we could see Tyler go for, like, Dusknoir. Oh, man. Dusknoir, Alakazam, Dusknoir, Ursaluna knockout. And you could KO the Drago V off the bench and the Regidrago V-Star in the active. We have to like move one of those damage up from the Alakazam off the bench and completely remove the potential of the Legacy Star and all energy from play. So Tyler could have a really big turn this turn and completely wipe out both Dragos and all energy. But yeah, we need to see double Dusknoir plus Alakazam or Dusclops, Dusknoir, Dusknoir. Because we need one more damage on the active for the Ursaluna to take the knockout. Let's see. I see an Iono, but Iono's what you want to do at the end of the sequence, not at the beginning. Because then if you pop Dusknoirs afterwards, you're going to give Lance more cards to work with. And reestablishing item lock is just not a reality here for Tyler. Yeah, I definitely go back to like that previous turn. Sheesh, that's rough. Go back to that previous turn from Tyler. I wonder if I feel like Tyler maybe should have played more aggressive for the Poltergeist play. I liked the idea of that more, to be honest. Does Tyler have Blood Moon? He plays it. He does not have it in his hand, and it's not very close to actually pulling off a big combo play this turn. It could still happen. A couple Dusclops could get involved with some nice Night Treacher chaining into the Pokestop. Double Nor Heavy Ball. Oh boy, does not feel like it's doing a whole ton. This is tough. Lance could Lance could just get into like Dragapult next turn and set up another Regidrago. Yeah, this is tough. I don't even know what you do here as Tyler. Do you have to like go for? I literally just don't know. I don't even know what you do here. I'm trying to come up with like, I guess you could item. Okay, so okay. Oh, okay. I see it now. I see the vision. Prime Catcher, the Drago V off the bench, and then go for the item lock with the shove it. Okay, I see the vision now. I see the vision. Money? No. All right, does Lance dead draw here? That's the question. Has access to items, still has Legacy Star. See what Lance can put together. Ideally, Lance just wants to attack with Dragapult here, I think. KO the active and KO Duskull to limit the amount of Dusknoirs that can be utilized on that next turn. Yeah, it wasn't a... Tyler didn't draw super aggressively, but I didn't like some of Tyler's early game choices with the sequencing either. I think Tyler should have played it probably more heavy for the Poltergeist, and then just like the sequence around the Pokestop Iono. I feel like we should have seen Ultra Ball away Dusknoir, then go Iono Pokestop, potentially Pokestop after that. Yeah. So looks like we got a Grass and a Fire off the Vessel. Just wants to try and set up. You don't need to attack with the active Regidrago, although it would be fine if you did. If it becomes a V-Star, you definitely want to attack with it. But just getting like Switch or Prime Catcher into the other Dragapult would be fine as well. I think it is a Dragapult in the discard pile now as well. Is it winnable? If Lance has a bad turn, yeah. Yeah. If Lance has a bad turn, then it is possible, I guess. Into the Pokestop, pretty good. I mean, getting rid of the Kyurem, obviously good. Losing the Research, not as good. You could also Kyurem this turn as Lance and draw 3 prize cards. It would run you out of a lot of energy, though. I don't know if that would be worth it on Lance's side. I think just attacking with Dragapult is good enough if we can get there. We're going to put Boss off the Vessel. We have a lot of energy established right now. We have 6. Was there a Fire and a Grass I see there? Need to find the Switch or the Prime Catcher. I believe one of them is prized. I think I remember seeing one of them prized. Any Cloth doing well? Probably not, no. Switch is prized? Okay. But Prime Catcher's in there, right? Prime's in the deck? All right. Are Lance's cards bending? They are bent a little bit, yeah. Is it going to have to be a Legacy Star dig for the Prime Catcher from Lance? Oh, I see one E-Switch in the hand, though. Oh, actually, maybe Lance can just set up the active to attack with. It looks like, actually, yeah, Lance can go Attach Fire, E-Switch, Legacy Star, E-Switch. So we don't need the Prime Catcher here. We have double E-Switch to the active here. So Dragapult is going to knock out the Shuppet. and knock out a bench Duskull. And then Lance will have 2 fully set up Regidragos. I don't think Tyler can beat 2 fully set up Regidragos. Yeah. There's an E-Switch. And an Iono, drawing 4 cards, and then still has Legacy Star to work with. 3, 4? It was 3 Pokemon. I can't tell what the last card is, but I feel like Legacy Star probably has to get used. Unless that last card was Prime Catcher or something like that. Prime or E-Switch. Using Legacy Star here seems fine. Just recover at least 1 E-Switch, and then, I mean, depending on what you discard, figure it out from there. Here it comes. Legacy Star. 1, 2, 3. So far, not terrible. Still not terrible. That's Prime Catcher. That's a good one to take back, probably. Maybe you want a boss. Well, you're not afraid of item lock, though. You're not getting item locked. Just take E-Switch Prime Catcher. Yeah, E-Switch Prime Catcher, right? And you could even KO the Squawk ability this turn if you really wanted to. And KO the Shuppet, which means Dusknoirs can't be popped at all next turn. And Tyler's only attacker can be an Ursaluna. I don't know if that's worth it. You don't have to do that. Yeah, item lock's not a threat. Yeah, I mean, you could KO, you could go for a 3 prize turn, but going for a 2 prize turn also seems fine here from Lance. It looks like Lance is just gonna go for the 2 prize turn. You do give Tyler the ability to use a Dusknoir, but I don't know if I don't think that is that consequential. Like, yeah, double KO down to 2 prize cards. If you go Ursaluna KO 1 Regidrago, the second Regidrago comes up, KOs with Tina. And to KO either of these Regidragos, I'm pretty sure Tyler has to pop a Dusknoir. So Lance would be down to 1 prize card, which means Lance would be able to KO anything to win the game. So I don't see a win condition here. The only win condition would be like for Tyler to bring up Squawkabilly and item lock trap it the rest of the game with Shuppet, I guess. Oh, is that it? Can that ever happen, though? What does Lance have left for... Lance just needs an energy, and there's the concede. Okay. That maybe would have worked, to be honest. I don't know if Lance had an energy left to be able to retreat the Squawkabilly without using Prime or E-Switch. Yeah, I'm not sure there. It was possible that we could have seen Counter Catcher or Boss from Tyler, bring up Squawkabilly, or an Ogerpon, doesn't matter, one or the other. Trap it in the active, go Shuppet heads, then evolve to Banette, and then move 20 off with Alakazam, turn over turn. That's the only thing I can think of. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's a play. All right, here we go. Lost Pult versus another Duskull. I was going to say, I would assume. I'm actually very curious to see what the heck Shemansky's cooking over here. It's just like Turbo Ancient stuff with a Dusknoir line, I guess? Oh, prediction? I got y'all. All right, predictions up in the Twitch chat. All right. Comfies are on the way. I guess maybe a Dreepy as well. You don't have to go just Comfies. A Dreepy could get involved here. And the Comfies. Double Comfy? No Dreep? He might be on that Darkrai Dusknoir deck that got 5-3 at Worlds. Oh, the Tim Danglin deck. He was leaning more into Big Moon if it has Dusks. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. What deck would you recommend for beginners? I'm currently testing Lugia in TCG Live and doing relatively well. Thinking of trying Miraidon now as it seems easy to pilot. Yeah, I mean, Miraidon would be a good one to go from there. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see more of, honestly, both of these. Is it just a pass? Wait, was it double Puff and pass? No loss zoning? Wait. Did Shemansky go draw pass? Dude, they got to stay on the board a little bit more. They got to stop cutting over to the players so much. So, Aaron went first and went Nestball, Puff, and pass. And then Shemansky went draw pass. All right, cool. All right. As long as we're all on the same page here as to what's going on. Into our Comfy. Dragapult versus... Get rid of the Artisan. Yeah, I mean, you can't get too much value out of that. You definitely don't want to give the value over to Szymanski here. Getting Dracloak involved. Nice shoulder shot here. Perfect, perfect. Love it. Heavy Baller Poffin. I don't remember the prize cards, but... Can we get a Cram attack is the question. Stabilize prize, so we're going to grab that here. I think there's another switch card in hand. I think Aaron is just missing a way to retreat, like an energy here, or another switch. I think we're close. But even if we're not, Alex does need a top deck something to actually be able to play the game here. See Prime Catcher, but Prime Catcher obviously not going to do anything here. There's no bench to work with. Can't just play it for the switch effect. I thought I saw a switch card. I did. Okay. Did Aaron mess up by lost owning that energy? I feel like Aaron maybe had the KO with Cram guaranteed and then just didn't go for it. Like, maybe I'm wrong though. I think Aaron had switch card energy. I don't think one of those switch cards was found off of the Comfies. Pokestop into Stretcher and Vessel. Got rid of a Morpeko there, which you could Stretcher for. So you could Stretcher for the Morpeko, play the Vessel, and then attach to the Morpeko, I guess. It is Darkrai V-Star. Okay, so it is the Darkrai V-Star Dusknoir deck. See how it goes. Yeah, so from Szymanski here, we're probably going to see attached to Morpeko and pass. Do I enjoy the Lost Zone animation? I didn't see it. What does it look like? I'll look out for it on the next Lost Zoning. I mean, there's no reason to not attach to Morpeko, right? I guess you could attach to Duskull so you could retreat the energy off the Duskull and then use Sada next turn. There's the pass. Okay, we're definitely going to see a Cram attack this turn, I'm sure, from Aaron. All right, the Lokes are up. We do have Prime Catcher now as well here. I see an energy. Should be pretty easy lost zoning here. Just get rid of... I was going to keep the Nest Ball. I was going to say we're going to get rid of the Nest Ball, keep the Pokegear, but keep the Nest Ball, that's fine. 6 in our zone now. By Treepy. Wait, am I just missing this Lost Zone animation? When does the Lost Zone animation happen? And where does it happen? Am I tripping? Oh, right there. I see it on the right-hand side. That's a little much. I think that's a little bit much there. I'm going to say L. L production. Production L. Yeah, I definitely didn't miss it the first time around. Okay. Go to game 2 here. Yeah, pretty uneventful game 1. Double KO for the donk, or double donk. I like it. And I'm production hater. It's a little bit much. I don't know. Not a huge fan of it. L toilet animation. Did you put it over the board? I don't know. I just don't think it's necessary. I think we know what's going on, but... It's all right. It's not terrible. Overall, not a fan, though. Not a huge fan. It's all right. Cutting opponent's deck is a skill. Big time. All right, let's see how this one goes. I'm actually curious to see if Szymanski picks first or second, to be honest. Does choose first. Okay. I don't know if that's correct or not, to be honest, in this matchup. Couldn't tell you. You're tracking shoes, has a nest ball. I would assume Squawkabilly would be an option here. But we're going to go with an Ultra Ball here. Goodbye, Double Dusknoir. Okay. Am I a cutter or a tapper? I mix it up. Cut, tap, shuffle. Depends how I'm feeling. Think Lost Box is in a good state right now? Nope. Lost Box is terrible. Going into Stellar Crown, it might be okay. But right now, it's pretty bad. Did someone get banned? I don't know. Someone in chat was saying that Aaron was banned, but I don't actually know. Lost Box Cinderace is fun. That sounds pretty miserable. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds worse than Lost Box Charizard. And Lost Box Charizard was miserable for sure. How do you handle Briar and Stellar Crown? I mean, you either play it, or if you're in a situation where your opponent could have it, you hope they don't have it. You know what deck your opponent has when you go into the match? No. Is there an open deck list sheet like they've done for VGC? No. All you know is their name. You have no idea what archetype they're playing or like their specific deck list, unless you have like, I mean, you could have seen them at on a previous round or something like that. Generally, going into top 8, everyone knows what everyone's playing, stuff like that. Like as the tournament progresses, you're more likely to know what more people are playing in the tournament, especially like high-profile players, stuff like that. You can just ask them. You could ask them, yeah. All right, so the Duskulls are getting established. That deck doesn't play water energy, right? Or does it? Can you actually use Red Ink Greninja in this deck? Oh, it doesn't play E-Switch, probably. Never mind. Is this Duskull optimal over the other one? Honestly, I have no clue. What's the difference between the two Duskulls? All right, we're concealing some cards. Oh, I thought Shemansky only had a 2-card hand there. We have a little bit more to work with than that. You can't copy this to 2-shot like the other one? Just thinking about going with an Ultra Ball? Would you just go get another Duskull here? You have no bench space for Illuminate next turn. It's just going to be the pass. All right, over to Aaron. I mean, Aaron can't do anything too aggressive here. The most Aaron could pull off would be a punch with the cram, right? I have to imagine... Actually, I don't know. I guess like the goal for Alex's deck... Does Alex's deck play Iono? Do you play Hand Disruption? Not playing Hand Disruption would be a little bit weird, though. Like, you're going to pop all these Dusknoirs and then leave your opponent with like a 10-card hand. I mean, you could like do some... Just Roxanne. Oh, plays the... Oh, that's right. We did just see the Roxanne go through, yeah. There must be a Palpad in there, so we can recover that. I don't know, the Dusknoir deck is... Shemansky's Dusknoir deck is weird. That's a weird one, the Dark Red Dusknoir. I didn't actually try it out after Worlds. Gate and something else. Did get a Poffin. So more Comfies are on the way. Switch card as well. So might be able to pull off the Cram attack here. We'll see. Oh, there's a Rescue Board in hand, so I think we're just Cram short at this point. Droopy Comfy. And then if we can find the Cram and get the Cram Punch off, which does set up for like a 2-hit KO into a Dragapult next turn or something like that. What place did it get at Worlds? It didn't make day 2. It went 5-3, I think. Lost the win and in. All right, into Comfy number 1. Do we know when the new League Battle decks release? Soon, I think. Not sure exactly when, though. Do I have any fear of missing out? Do I feel any fear of missing out? Do I have any FOMO? No. Into the Pokestop. Pretty good Pokestop. We do lose our bundle, but I don't think we're overly complaining here. All right. Comfy or Dreepy. Actually, in this situation, I'm not even sure. Gives up the Dreepy, though. Yeah, I'm not even sure what's better to give up there. Comfy number 2. Can we find a... I think we just need a Cram at this point. We have Switch card, I believe, in the hand. Dracloak or Super Rod? Both are pretty good. I feel like we'd probably favor the Dracloak here. And it's going to be the Dracloak take. Not a single Briar being played this weekend. Unlucky. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the loss on innovation. It's too distracting. It's too much. We're playing a card game. All right. Let's see how big of a turn Alex can have. Honestly, you probably just want KO double Comfy here as Alex. If you could do anything. Like, you probably just want to KO both Comfies. Just Snore plus knockout active. Or something like that. All right. Not terrible. We do need a way to get this Darkrai out of the active, though. We haven't used concealed cards yet, so we might just take that energy. Does grab it. And there's the concealed cards. Oh, we have Petch. Okay, that's how we can push to the active here. Wait, is this hand just dead? Dude. This hand just has nothing. Oh my gosh. You can Ultra Ball for, I don't know, I guess Dusknoir, and then you have Luminion to go get... Oh, there's researches in this. You can Luminion for research, I guess. I guess we're not going to grab anything off the Ultra Ball probably then. I don't even know if there is anything in there. There's probably a Dusknoir in there. What deck do I want to win? The tournament or this match? I don't really care. I don't really care what wins. I don't really want anything to win specifically. We'll see as what's like if there's any cool stuff in the tournament though. I haven't seen anything too cool yet. Dude, why are we not looking at the board right here? They are cutting to the players so much. Like, cards are being played. We don't need to look at the players. Is this like something they've done more recently? This is actually kind of tilting, to be honest. Why are we showing the players so much? Chill out. All right, going with the research. Gives up the Petra run. Oh, because we had to bench Luminion. I guess we had to do that. What are we even hoping to find here? We have Candy Dusknoir. We have some Dark Patch. Okay, hold up. We have a Vessel. We've already attached for turn, though. I don't think we can attack this turn as Alex. We can use Dusknoir here, though. The Pecharunt's in the discard pile now. Maybe he plays 2 Pecharunt, though? Oh, both Dusknoirs are in the discard pile. Oh, wait, we have the V-Star power here from Darkrai still. Hold up, hold up. There's got to be something here, right? We still have Darkrai's V-Star power. What could we even get? Trekking shoes? Oh, there's a Night Stretcher. Okay, hold up, hold up. Can we get 2 Night Stretcher? Is there 2 Night Stretcher in there? It's just a pass, though. I don't think we can pull off the full combo. I don't think we can attack with... I don't think we can... We can't get Pecharunt and Dusknoir here, I don't think, from Alex. But it's just a pass. All right, big turn coming out for Aaron here. Can we get to a Dragapult attack? And KO that Duskull off the bench. Punch the active. That's what we're looking for here. What do we have? 5. Get to 6 with a switch. Then obviously we're looking for that Colress. Get to 7. We start double stretcher for Nor and Petch. There's only 1 stretcher in the discard pile, I think. There's a switch. Radzard's pretty good. I don't think we're giving up Radzard here. I think it's got to be the switch here. You can't give up Radzard. Okay. I was like, there's no way. And I mean, I assume Aaron plays Rare Candy, but I guess maybe Aaron doesn't. Because maybe there can't even be a Dragapult attack this turn. It could be possible. Loke number 1. Brother. There we go. We can kind of see it. They need to work on their camera angles. Dude. Aaron's shoulder, man. Okay, 3rd Comfy. So we are not using Cram this turn. We're bench locked out of Cram. Maybe Aaron's just too buff. True. Bro. Aaron has to get out of the way? Nah, dude, it's never on the players. The camera people have to work around the players. It's always on the camera people. What's happening? Okay, gate for 2. Do we have Candy Dragapult? And we need a switch card as well. There might still be a Pokegear in the hand here for Aaron. Aaron might be still trying to find a Colress though this turn. We haven't played a supporter yet. It's going to the Dreepy. Or the Dracloak, excuse me. That Dracloak could die. I don't know if I like that. I'd rather just hold the gate for a turn. You can't evolve. You just evolved. Oh, this is a huge mistake from Aaron. Bruh. Now this thing is just going to get Dusknored. That's a pretty big mistake. Uh-oh. There's so many resources to just put into that Dracloak. Yikes. That is not good. Okay, we got another energy to work with here, though. But those are the targets now, right? Can we KO double Dracloak here as Alex? Can Szymanski get the double Dracloak KO? Remove the Dragapult threat on the next turn? I think it's going to be the question here. He's played too much Great Tree. All right. Pass over to Szymanski. Research top deck. I'm going to go into the Vessel first. It's rid of the research. What is left in this deck? A lot of items. A lot of stretchers. A lot of candies. Prime Catcher in there as well. Like I said, I feel like we want to get rid of the double Loke here. Remove like the potential of the Dragapult. So finding Prime Catcher is going to be a big deal. Concealed cards and Pokestop here are going to be big. What is Alex going to do first? Concealed or Pokestop? Or do you Pokestop and maybe don't conceal because you don't want to run out of energy attachments and stuff like that? Stop first. Ultra Ball, Stretcher. Stretcher's good. Ultra Ball, not as good. And the Pokestop, yeah, got to discard that. So we have double Stretcher here. So this can equal Petch. Well, we don't even need Petch here. But it gets a Dusknoir. The big thing that it gets is Dusknoir. Stretcher for Nor. Candy, Dusknoir, pop it. He's going to go to the concealed cards first, though. So maybe he isn't going to for sure Candy Nor here. I figured if we were going to Candy Nor, we'd want to do that first, though. And then could possibly just knock out the active here. We'll see. You don't have to go with a Gust on the Dracloak. You still get a KO by... And you can save your V-Star power for later as well. All right, here we go. Goodbye, Loke. This is another question for Alex. Do you ever want to actually bench a... Do you ever actually want to bench another Duskull here, or are you afraid of just the Dusknoir coming out and or the Dragapult just knocking it out off the bench? Also, hand disruption. Is that ever something you're afraid of here as Alex? Or do you just kind of assume Roxanne is probably the only hand disruption Aaron plays? I don't think Alex can dig much deeper this turn. The only thing Alex could do would be to like V-Star power with the Darkrai to grab Trekking Shoes to dig for Boss or Prime. We haven't played a supporter yet, but it's just going to go for the Comfy Knockout. So Dragapult is probably coming out here for Aaron. Aaron did definitely overextend the resources last turn. Would have been nice to have that Mirage Gate in the hand and the energy in the deck. And also with a Super Rod gone, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Will Aaron be able to set up another Dragapult past this one? Or is this going to be like one Dragapult and then have to go into like Sableye and Radzard from there? Which wouldn't be a terrible setup. That's not like a terrible comeback squad from there, but... I bench Duskull to prevent Dragapult's damage going to Moon. Maybe you give Aaron the odd prize to work with then, though. Because then Aaron just needs to KO two prizers plus that one prizer. And then gets a clean one prizer knockout. So Aaron can win in like 3 attacks, right? Aaron can go Dragapult, punch, knockout into Sableye, Radzard, game over. But now Aaron has to go punch Sableye, Radzard, and another attack. So you're giving Aaron... No. So it's never correct to bench the Duskull because you're giving Aaron +1 turn to play the game. You don't want to do that. Or you're giving... No. You're as Szymanski, you'd reduce the amount of turns you get to play the game, theoretically. Because, yeah, Aaron could then just go Dragapult, punch, KO Duskull, go to 4, Sableye, KO Darkrai, Radzard, KO for 2, 3 attacks. But if you don't bench the Duskull, Aaron's got to go Dragapult, Sableye, Radzard, something else. Ram, another Sableye. I mean, he can do it, but it does force that extra attack. Instead of giving up the free Duskull prize there. All right, we haven't seen... The Fire Energy is on the Dracloak there, so I'm assuming that Aaron will be getting to a Dragapult attack here for sure. There we go. It's out. It's here. We are on turn 3 this time. We do need to see a switch card here out of Aaron. Yeah, there's a switch card. Has yet to use that last Dracloak, I think. I think he still has one more cloak to use. I don't know why we wouldn't use it. I can't think of a reason. Putting down Radzard as well. I guess one reason you would maybe want to bench the Duskull is you could, then if it gets KO'd, then you could Roxanne next turn, and if it doesn't get KO'd, it becomes a Dusknoir, and then you can force the Roxanne one way or another. I could see that. Counter catch on Luminia as well. Gonna get 2 prize cards. Also gonna load up that damage. He's still probably gonna load up the damage on the moon though, for sure. I don't know if Alex plays 2 Big Moon or not. If Alex does play 2 Big Moon, I guess this turns on Roxanne though for Szymanski. So now Szymanski could go Roxanne. Let's see, we're gonna draw 2. You could go second Big Moon, Roxanne, knockout. You still need to come up with 2 more prize cards from there though. You could maybe bench Duskull at that point. It's possible. Radzard is a threat now as well. For just a single fire is going to be swinging. Yeah, you definitely put 3 on the Big Moon here, I have to imagine. And then maybe just like 1 on the Radiant Greninja, or 2 on the Radiant Greninja so it can be KO'd by Cram or Sableye moving forward. So you could do 3 there. You probably want to put some on the Darkrai as well, so the Darkrai can die to Radzard. So 2 on the Darkrai and then 1 on the Radiant Greninja so the Radiant Greninja can die to Sableye. Okay, I like that placement. 1, 2, 3. That seems good to me. Now, what the heck does Szymanski do? I don't know if Szymanski plays 2 Moody X. Does Alex play for Switch Cart? I don't know if Alex plays Switch Cart. If Alex plays Switch Cart, then I would say, yeah, that would be great. You don't want to KO your own Moon here. Okay, the second Big Moon's in the hand, though. Does play 2 Big Moon. This is also, I think, on this turn... No, this is still so tough. Yeah, you're in such a bad situation here as Alex. If you don't get Roxanne, I don't see how you ever win, to be honest. Even if you do get Roxanne, though, it doesn't feel great. Probably plays a cart. Maybe, but maybe you would just play Switch, though, because of the Darkrai itself, the Darkrai V-Star. This is off topic, but in the Zoroark build you made for Stellar Crown, what is the Luminous Energy for? To be able to attack with the 1 prizers. But I switched it to a basic Psychic. Tim's list had a single Switch card. Okay, well, there's no Switch card in the deck or in the hand, I don't think, at this point. So Alex either doesn't play the Switch card or it's prized. But yeah, I think we need to see the Roxanne happen from Alex here. So we need to find the Palpad first, and then need to find the Roxanne. I don't think I think now's the time for a Roxanne. I think Aaron will be able to like basically set up checkmate. If there's no Roxanne this turn, I expect like a checkmate setup basically from Aaron on the following turn. Actually, how do we get there? Can we even get there? Or do we just have to research and... I don't even know if we can get there. I don't even know if we can get to the Roxanne, and we might not be able to. It might have to just be a research or something like that. Does Aaron run 3 Pults? Probably just 2, but also plays Super Rod. I'm sure multiple Super Rod. So, might still be able to attack with another Pult. I guess you could just win next turn as Aaron with a Pult play if you're going to get Frenzy Gouging. Alright. So Darkrai's been used here. To get a Night Stretcher and a Dark Patch. Oh, is this to get Pecharunt and then Dark Patch for the energy, I guess? Is it a Petch angle? Yeah, we could just lose here on this next turn as Alex to like boss or counter catcher plus a Dragapult attack, right? Not good. There's a Dark Patch. Patch him up. And then Frenzied Gouging. Yikes. Ooh, hold on. Was there a better play here from Aaron, actually? What if we had put all the damage on Radiant Greninja? Because then if we get Frenzied Gouging, we win with a Sableye. Right? Shouldn't we have just put all the damage on Greninja? Then if we get Frenzied Gouging, we won't get Frenzied Gouging. Because we're like, oh, if you Frenzied Gouging us, I win with Sableye. I actually think it was a mistake from Aaron. Because you could have won this turn as Aaron. If we just put it all on Greninja. Yeah, I think that was actually the better play, actually. I'm not really realizing that until right now. But 2... Yeah. We can still win this turn from Aaron, though, with a Dragon Ball attack. Dragon Ball and Gust. Nothing off the heavy ball. Not that many cards left in deck, though. He need one more on Greninja? Yeah. So we should have at least put one... Well, yeah, we should put more on Greninja, because we know if we get Frenzy Gouging, then we will Sableye. It depends if Aaron has access to the Sableye, I guess, as well. I don't know for sure that Aaron has access to Sableye, but... Hit Psychic Fire off the Comfy. So if we get rid of Psychic or we get rid of the Fire, we're giving up on potentially Sableye or Radzard this turn. Both which can attack. Gives up on the Fire, so maybe we won't see a Radzard attack this turn. But it does have a Super Rod in hand, though, so probably can gain access to either of those if he really wants to. But going for this play could ensure that he still could ideally attack with Radzard even after a Roxanne. Why would you not be able to attack with Radzard with the other play? If our Dragon Ball lives, I think we always win as Aaron is like the biggest thing. So we're assuming we're getting Frenzied Gouging. If we don't get Frenzied Gouging, we can't lose. So because we know we're getting Frenzied Gouging, we should play more heavily towards the Sableye out, I feel like. Okay, there's the Sableye. Yeah, Aaron plays Prime Catcher. Sableye set up. I assume there's 10 in the Lost Zone. We were just at 7 last turn. Maybe we're short. I assume we have it, though. Switch Boss. Can't really win this turn anymore as Aaron, I don't think. But once again, Alex doesn't have a win condition for next turn. Ton of draw power on the board as well here for Aaron. The Drakloak. As well as the Comfies. Oh, it does say at the bottom. Good call. Yeah, 10 in the Lost Zone. So we're there for Sableye. There's a switch. So we don't win this turn as Aaron, but we're pretty close. And Radzard, all we need is a Fire Engine. Radzard can win the game for us next turn as well. Probably want to try and burn as many cards out of hand as possible here as Aaron. I see a Manaphy in the hand. I don't know why we're not benching the Manaphy. Because if we get Roxanne here or something. So we only have to put 1 on the active. And then I honestly don't even know where you put the rest of the damage. I don't know if it matters. I'm not sure it matters. Gate to Zard. Yeah, if there's a gate in hand, using the gate to Zard, I agree. We definitely should see that. Put the Psychic on the Drakloak, put the Fire on the Radzard. Okay, so I think Aaron forgot about Poison there and put 1 extra damage on the active than he needed to. But it's not a big deal. Poison does kill. I don't think Aaron realized that it was poison, though. It shouldn't affect the outcome of the match, though. We'll see. Over to Alex. Roxanne. You need Roxanne at this point. You have to get Roxanne. We know the Palpad's in the deck. Okay, Palpad is found. Luminian's in the discard pile, so it could be Stretcher for Luminian. Knock out Roxanne. But Aaron has Drakloak. Aaron has Comfy. Going to see at least 4 cards. There had to be so many other cards that Aaron could have played out of that hand. There's 2 Buddy Poffin and a Manaphy in there. Aaron definitely could have definitely extended that hand way further. He turned on Dippity. True. That actually makes it worse. Yeah, he did give Alex access to Pheasantipity when he didn't have to. Looks like it's not going to matter. It looks like Alex isn't going to take advantage of Dippity this turn. But yeah, that's true. So it's actually worse than I thought. Yeah, so Aaron definitely trolled a little bit that last turn. Now, I mean, this is where we want to see the punish, to be honest. This is where you want to see... Shymansky has to be careful about not burning too many cards here, right? Wait, does Shymansky deck out? There's no way, right? That would be funny, though. I'm hoping not. And attached to the patch. He has 2 Fire in deck? Okay, no, not even close. Not even close. He did put 2 in the active Moon last turn. I feel like he only put 1 since Greninja has 11. He put 1 on Greninja the previous turn, Faucety. So he put 10 on Greninja, 2 on the active. We only need 1 on the active. The Manaphy was drawn! Yo, can we see the punish? It's almost impossible for Aaron to get punished here. There's like no cards left in Aaron's deck. But I saw the Manaphy get drawn, so the punish is beginning. There's the knockout. Comfy is sent up. Draw for turn. Oh my. Oh, I don't see the. No, but there's a Mirage Gate. There's a Mirage Gate. Okay, game over. Mirage Gate for fire. And Aaron wins 2-0. Should he had primed the Radzard? No, because then he just loses to Sableye. If you prime the Radzard, you just lose to Sableye. You just get Sableye and the game's over. KO the Radzard. Sableye KOs you back. You lose. Dub 2-0 for Aaron. We didn't really get to see Alex's deck function the way it wants to, which is unfortunate. A little bit wonky setups. Obviously, the game 1 was effectively getting donked, and then game 2, not the aggression you're looking for. Aaron's going first. Couple of Romas, and the Billy is running the Billy. Okay, that looks like a heads to me. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that was a heads. Go get ourselves. I assume we're just gonna get a chops, maybe 2. We'll see how the second one goes. Move him along with the Billy. Oh, was it tails? My bad. Lugia it is then. Has the legacy in hand as well, so you definitely want to find a target for the legacy energy, if possible. There's the hands in there, so he's playing the hands. So of course you're playing the hands though. What do you think is better, Lugia with or without rats? I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion, but I would assume rats is probably the way to go right now. Cape even considered a Reggie tech? I feel like it's more of a... No, the Cape's pretty good against Reggie. The Cape is pretty good against Reggie. It stops the Ogre Pawn clap back. So it makes the Drago player work harder. I don't know if it's better than Unfair, though. I think Cape and Unfair are like equally good against Reggie, to be honest. Alright, got the Legacy down. There goes the Squawkin'. I'm going to say Ancient, not Reggie. Oh, against Ancient? It's better than... Well, I don't know. An aggressive Unfair against them is really good as well. I don't know if it makes a big difference. Cape for Lugia and Drago. I honestly think it's like equal to Unfair against Drago. It's pretty close. I don't think it's that much better. It is really good against Lugia, though. The Cape is. And there it is. Yeah, Brent is playing the Cape. And Wooded Crook saying chat. I've been building a hit and run deck with Great Tree, but I'm not a very good player, so I'm not a great deck builder. I'd love to see a good player is my idea. What should I do? Also, when I was going on my like good player, good deck builder rant earlier, I don't mean you shouldn't try in deck builds. I don't know if that's what you actually mean. If that's what you actually mean, Crook. You should still attempt to deck build. Like, but I'm just saying that I feel like you will be hard capped. Like focusing on getting better will make you a better deck builder. The Ogre not KOing Char is really good against Drago. Yeah. Brian's playing the Azul deck. No, I would not call that the Azul deck. Actually, no, I take full credit. I actually invented Charizard, the actual card. I went to the Pokemon Company about a year ago, and we were like, all right, actually 2 years ago now. I was like, all right, let's make a cool Charizard card. And they're like, all right, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. Maybe it accelerates some fire energy. Give it like 320 HP. They gave it 330 in the end, but I also wanted free retreat, but they weren't cool. They weren't down with the free retreat. I'm a big free retreat fan though. I can't believe Lugia is still in format. Yeah, it's still here. Still cooking. I assume Brent is playing like a little bit more traditional of a Charizard deck here. Not like the Tordsard. With like the Dusknoir line and everything. Well, I guess that's kind of the difference, right? If you have Dusknoir, it's going to be a little bit more straightforward. If you don't have Dusknoir, it's going to be less straightforward. I think even Jesse Parker is playing Lugia. Jesse was playing Lugia, yeah, but Jesse said he went 0-3. All right. There's a small rat. And an Aroma. I think it is a... I can't tell. I said it was a Tails lot. I think it is a Tails, but I actually... I don't know for sure. It is, and we are searching out the Iron Hands. Obviously not going to use it. Another one. Here we go. This is big. Tails. That one's a tails. I'm confident in myself. Not a heads. There's an Iono and a Luminion in the hand here. I assume if Kieran had gotten heads there, we would have seen Luminion for research to get rid of a Chops. But now Kieran needs to find Ultra Ball Chops off an Iono here, it looks like. And if you whiff that, I mean, that gives the play over to Brent to get like to be the initiator here. And you got this stupid Squawkabilly on your bench for the rest of the game, just freaking hanging out. Because then Brent can go like punch Lugia, Dusknoir the Lugia for 2, KO Squawkabilly for 2, and then just go kill Rat or something to win the game. It's like almost like you almost if Brent gets like turn 2 Pidgeot, turn 2 Charizard next turn, the game's like almost over, to be honest. But Brent could, of course, still whiff. 4 Shield Stone's been burned. We got the Pidgey, we got the Charmander, but I'd be pretty tough to come back from, it feels like. If you don't get the... You have to, like, I feel like if you're not the initiator in this matchup, especially with Dusknoir now, you just lose. And, yeah, Kieran is not going to be the initiator here. There's an Ultra Ball. I don't even know what you... Do you just go... Do you solo? Solo Chop? You have to solo Chop here now at this point, right? All in on this... I'm down. We didn't do prediction? Oh, I'll put the prediction up. My bad. All right, prediction's up. Put your Bulu Bucks on the line. All right, you could not solo Chop. You could not solo Chop and then just hope Brent whiffs for a turn, right? I guess that's fair. You don't have to solo Chop. I kind of want to see a solo Chop happen, though. The jet on the Rat is interesting. Instead of, like, jetting... Why would you jet on the Rat instead of the Lugia? Do you care if Lugia's in the active that much? Maybe. Maybe you really don't want your Lugia to get punched? I could see it. But I guess if a Charizard is going to be punching... Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Because I feel like you... Like, if we're hoping Brent whiffs, we want to be attacking with Lugia, right? Oh, we're over to Brent now already. I didn't even see Brent draw for turn. Dusclops is out. I do see an Ultra Ball. But do we have Candy Charizard? Candy Bird. There we go. Gives up the Super Rod. Could Lugia get KO with Clops Defiance? KO'd with Clops Defiance? Oh, it could. Yeah, true. I guess that's a reason. Dude, if Brent has Clops Defiance this turn, just give him the dub, bro. Just give it to him. All right, there's no way Brent actually has Candy Charizard in that hand if we just all... Well, we could have an Iono. I guess we could go further. Yeah, if Brent's KOing my Lugia... If Brent has all that stuff to KO my Lugia this turn, that means he has Candy Charizard punch my Rat. That's good enough. I'm down to pack it up at that point. I'd rather just be more efficient with my energy, hope Brent whiffs, and then have Lugia in my active to punch the Rotom next turn, I feel like. All right. It is an Iono. How good is the draw? I see Candy. I see Zard. But is that it? It is only Candy Zard. Ooh. So Brent has a choice here now. You could retreat the Rotom to a Charmander, maybe go get another Pidgey, or retreat to a Pidgey and pass and draw 3. Or you Candy Charizard, go for the knockout. But then that Rat could clap back. And then you actually... The hand does not have a response to a return Rat. A little bit of bench fixing going on. Yeah, you don't have anything. I think it's gonna be a retreat to Pidgey and draw 3 here from Brent. Just take it slow. Set up. But we see the chops on the other side for Kieran. See, this is what I was kind of talking about. Anyways, it was like, if Brent gets the Candy Zard, I think we lose. If Brent doesn't get Candy, like we need to pray Brent whiffs like the good turn. If Brent gets the good turn, I feel like we lose anyways. But maybe if Brent has like an okay turn of just Candy Zard, Clops, Defiance, there's no point in risking the Lugia. I guess we could make a comeback from that. I don't know. Oh, we got another jet. And research. Ooh, we do lose 2 energy to that, though. Back-to-back Chinchinos might just be impossible now. Might not be possible. We are going to see Kieran initiate the prize trade here. We're down 2 energy so far. Definitely need a little some on these Rats. Because we can't just let our Archeops get chased here before we put energy in play. So we need to get some energy for the We gotta get a double turbo for the Lugia as well. So double turbo to Lugia and then like gift mist maybe on the rat that has no energy is probably fine, right? But the cape is gonna be a big player here for sure. Do I still have the Metafy group? Yeah, of course. Imagine if he didn't wait and put on the one chops. He'd be in a better spot. I think there's an argument for one chops last turn. Like the two lines you want to come out here for Kieran is Brent has an only Charizard turn, has an effective draw pass turn, or you solo chop it and hope that there's a whiff. The problem with going with the solo chop route is you do unlock Pheasantipity for the turn, though. That is like one of the problems, to be honest. It's like if you are attacking this turn with a subpar board, you're giving access to Pheasantipity while your setup is subpar. But if you wait a turn, like Kieran did, now when we're taking this first knockout, we're giving Brent access to Pheasantipity, but we have a way more established board state here, right? That is something for sure. The biggest thing I didn't like was just like the jet up on the Minccino. I didn't mind not going the solo chop route, but I think we should have just jetted up the Lugia and been like, screw it. You don't have that play. You don't have the play. I feel like even just a Candy Charizard punch Minccino, if Brent has like a good follow-up, you're going to be in a bad spot. So it actually looks like Brent's hand is not great. We see the Candy Charizard. I see Brent thinking about playing Boss, though, without a Pidgeot on board. We don't have. You definitely don't want to punch Lugia. Punching Lugia is really bad here for Brent. Actually, that's terrible. Yeah, you really want to avoid punching Lugia. But bossing here is also like not that good either. It's like okay, and we're down. We're behind a quick search as well. There's a knockout. Okay, gift triggers. And I think we want to see Kieran go for the clap back with the rat, right? We just want to rat this Charizard. Oh, maybe not though. I was thinking about pushing up Lugia. No, oh, do we have 7 cards in hand? Lugia Punch active is pretty bad here for Kieran, so you definitely want to do something else. You want to draw a prize card here. Yeah, I think Kieran maybe went on autopilot a little bit there and was just trolling with the almost Lugia send up. And we do have an Iono in hand here, so Kieran has quite a few energy in hand, but we can send them all to the bottom of the deck here as well. All right, Rats online. We have an Iono to go with it as well, which we probably want to do. Like I said, we want to get rid of the energy. It also disrupts Brent's hand a little bit. And the big thing here is that Rotom is still in play for Lugia to chase for potentially the final 2 prize cards from Kieran if Brent ever pops the Dusknoir. Now it becomes really awkward to pop Dusknoir. It becomes really, really awkward to pop Dusknoir for Brent and until we get the Rotom out of play. If we can get the Rotom out of play, then popping Dusknoir is not terrible. Also, I'm not sure how much energy Kieran has left available. I don't know if Kieran can... I'm not sure if Kieran can actually follow this Chinchino up with a Weird Ear one hit on his follow-up Zard. I don't think so, but there might be enough energy left to do it, to be honest. All right, chopping it up again. Gifting the turbo. I see a double turbo and a jet left. I don't think the Weird Ear can happen for a big one hit. So Kieran's really hoping that Rotom does not leave play this turn. And I did see a Turo from Brent, but playing Turo next turn is probably unlikely for the current composition of Brent's board. Probably Arven or Iono has to happen to stabilize. So Collapse would be the question mark. But, I mean, there's only 3 Pokemon on the bench here. It's hard to pull off a Collapse play as well for Brent. So we don't have Quick Search to work with as well. So putting any of these combos together is unlikely, I feel like. Brent is trembling. He's making me nervous. I think Brent maybe just like shakes a lot. I don't know if he actually is nervous. Like Brent's obviously been here many, many times. I don't know if Brent actually gets nervous or if he just shakes a lot. It can also be pretty cold up on the stage sometimes. It depends what the venue's like. My guess is that Brent's not nervous. He's like this at Cups, not nervous. Oh, he just literally always shakes when he plays. In a constant state of panic. Yeah, I've noticed he's always shaky on stream, but yeah, I don't think it's nerves. All right, we got the quick search online. I don't know what it cost. Eyeing up the Charizard. But if that Rotom doesn't leave play, Kieran has a pretty good route here of KO Rotom, KO Dusclops. But didn't Kieran prize 2 boss? Aren't Kieran's last 2 prize cards 2 boss's orders? I don't know if Kieran has enough boss left to close. Well, no. If we KO the Rotom, we'll get access to another boss. So Kieran has to find that first boss. And the gift energy is triggering here on the rat. You have to KO the rat here. You can't let the rat live. Wait. Could Brent ever go... Brent could have gone Dusknoir KO active plus Counter Catcher KO, right? I mean, I don't know if Brent had the play available. Probably didn't, but that would have been a line, right? But then you give Kieran... no, that would have been a line. But yeah, I don't think Kieran had the plays. Yeah, if we get the KO Rotom here from Kieran, you're in a really good spot. Dusknoir's prized. Oh, that's true. Dusknoir was prized. All right, let's see what Kieran can pull off. Lugia send up. Do we have a boss here? I saw a lot of Pokemon. You could theoretically 2-hit... If Kieran whiffs this turn, you could theoretically 2-hit KO this Charizard. Or Kieran's not immediately slapping boss. I don't think Kieran has boss. There is 2 boss prized, but Kieran at least plays 3 boss. And if he's playing a broken list, he's got 4 boss. I see an Ultra Ball. I don't know if a boss got discarded early in the game. It's possible one did, but there's definitely Luminion in the deck at this point, I'm pretty sure. But Kieran does not seem super confident about this play. All right, Goza first. Which one's the key? All right, there's one boss. Is that a second boss at the top of the deck? I think it was. Wait. Is Kieran not? Is Kieran not going to go Luminion for boss? So we're going to punch the active Charizard here. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Now, it is only worth 1 prize card because of the legacy energy. How is this prize trade going to break down? I guess it... Well, I guess the big question here, honestly, is... For me, the big question here is, does Brent play a Sinnoh or Enhanced Hammer? My assumption would be no. Yeah, I was thinking just boss KO Rhodey here. But if we do punch the Charizard, we do set up 2 liabilities, 2 prize liabilities. The Charizard and the Rotom. And we don't have 2 prize Pokemon on board. But Kieran is making the call here that Brent can't get around Legacy Energy. If Brent does have a way to get around Legacy Energy here, you lose. So he's making the call here, it doesn't happen. Going boss loses to Turo Dusclops Catcher Lum, so he has to do this. Oh, I guess that is fair. You do lose to the Turo on the Dusclops. Turo Dusclops Catcher Lum. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So now what is Brent's out here? We can't Radzard. No, we could Radzard if we Dusknoir, but do we ever want a Dusknoir to be able to get access to Radzard? Brent's gonna pop the Dusknoir, then Briar. Genius. We have a ton of liabilities on board. Is Brent's play just to hope you whiff bosses? Boss nor win? I guess like the one thing I'm thinking about now is, does Kieran have enough attackers to win the game now? There's also not a gift energy on the active here. Although I don't know how many Iono Brent has left. I do see one in the deck. Luminion goes to get Arvin to get a counter catcher. What are we hunting with this? Just the Billy just getting prize cards? Not KOing the Lugia. Wait, could we have KO'd the Lugia, or am I trolling? 180, 183. Oh, the cape gets us out of Lugia range. But now Kieran just needs to have Boss Rhodey or Luminion into Ursaluna Boss Rhodey or Luminion. So it's still looking. So we can't get through the caped. Wait, how much HP does this thing have? 430? It has 180 on it. Oh, we literally just can't KO this thing. Kieran just can't KO the freaking thing. But Brent can't get 2 liabilities off the board. So Boss still wins the game here for Kieran. Kieran just can't go through the active anymore. Unless, yeah, because Brent can't Turo this turn and then Palpad Turo, even if he plays Palpad. There's another Mander down. Okay, there's a knockout. 2 prize cards left for Brent. Jamming Tower. That'd be pretty broken. There's no gift follow-up here, though, I guess, from Kieran. So it's going to come down to an Iono here, right? Brent's going to go Candy's Art Iono. And then Kieran needs to draw a boss off of that. And actually, for the current composition of what Kieran has left, is it possible that Kieran always whiffs? Oh, but Kieran also needs an attacker. Kieran needs, like, attacker. Oh, yeah, Kieran needs to get attacker plus. Attacker plus boss here. I guess your Archeops could be an attacker to KO Dusclops or Charmander, so both of those need to be evolved or get out of play. And there is a boss in the bottom too. Wait, where's the energy though? Is Kieran out of energy? Does Kieran have 0 energy left? Am I tripping? We definitely take the Luminian. This is a sign to Brent though that the boss is in the bottom 2 cards though, right? This tells Brent there's a boss in the bottom 2. There's a double turbo and a jet left. So actually, on this turn from Kieran, you want to KO a 1 prizer, right? Because when you get Iono'd, you want to draw... When you get Iono'd here as Kieran, you want to draw 2 cards. So it has to be Charmander, right? Or do you bring up the... But drawing 2 prize cards here is bad, right? Because then you get Iono to 1. This is a mistake here from Kieran. Unless we think... Oh, no, I guess Luminian and Rotom could get removed from play from Collapsed Turo, though, right? So I guess, do we have to play around Collapsed Turo? Oh, no, but Archeops is an attacker here. So we have to get... Oh, there's so many things. Archeops is a viable attacker here. So you have to evolve Dusclops and Charmander to get out of range of Archeops KOing either of those. Okay, so maybe this is better then from Kieran because Archeops is an attacker. Okay, okay. We do have the energy left as well to attack with. We can't bench Ursaluna here, obviously. You want to, so we can't use Dusknoir? Using Dusknoir doesn't matter on this board state. There's nothing for the Dusknoir to KO. You don't care if Dusknoir gets popped, right? Oh, no, wait. Would you care if Dusknoir gets popped? Because then they could go pop Dusknoir, Candy, Charizard? Would that matter? Dude, I don't know. Oh, no, but if we evolve... Okay, we are evolving everything here. Brent might have everything to get out of the Archeops range. You can't pop now? Oh, yeah, we can't... No, we evolve to Dusknoir. Evolve to Dusknoir, but not pop it. What did I say? Kieran just wins? No, Kieran doesn't just win. Kieran doesn't have a gift on the Lugia. Did Kieran put Luminian back in hand? Yeah. No. Did I say Popnor? Just evolve it. Just evolve it. Did I say Popnor? I maybe said Popnor. We just need to evolve it, though. We want to evolve it. If it's on Lugia, it would deck him out. Maybe. I don't know how many cards are in the hand. It would maybe deck him out. But this is where you'd want a gift. Like, if Kieran had a gift, you would not play as many Ultra Balls and Nest Balls, and you'd keep the gift. You said popcorn, yes. All right, I didn't mean that. All right. So now it has to be Ursaluna. Ursaluna has to be the attacker here. So the question on Kieran's turn was, how likely was it that the board got out of Archeops range, right? If we think the board gets out of Archeops range, then we should KO a 1 prizer, not a 2 prizer, as Kieran, right? Because if we KO... But I mean, that's true, because then we have to play around Turo Collapse, possibly, right? But yeah, I think Kieran just loses here. There's no win condition. I guess you could boss something up and it could get stuck, right? Yeah, you could boss up, I don't know, something and hope it gets stuck. How likely was it that Brent could get to a board state that is out of Archeops range, though, is the question, right? We know Brent has Turo, though, I'm pretty sure, so. On Hundo. And yeah, Brent has the Turo on the next turn, I'm pretty sure. Unless he burned it. Yep, okay. So what Kieran could have... Because Kieran needed 1 more card. Kieran needed an out to Ursaluna. We need Ursaluna plus boss. And if we go down to 1 prize card left, we always draw boss research for turn. Because we know those are the last 2 cards in our deck. But if we stay at 2 cards, we go draw boss research plus a random top deck, which could be Ursaluna. And if it is Ursaluna, we can boss win. But if we KO a 1-prizer on our turn, that lets Brent go Turo Luminion collapsed away Rotom. The question is just how likely is that? I'm actually not sure which was the better play there from Kieran's side. Not sure. I think a turn when he attacked. Oh, but I guess you could always pop. No, but you always just pop the Dusclops and Iono to 1 anyways, right? Dude, I don't know. Why didn't Kieran bench Ursaluna? Because then Kieran just loses to boss. I think the turn when he attacked the Zard and not getting any prize cards made the difference. Yeah, maybe Kieran didn't expect the cape. The cape was pretty big in the end there, though. But if Kieran had just gone boss knockout, no, but if Kieran had gone boss knockout, then he loses to counter catcher Turo. Yeah, that was a close one. It felt like, yeah, it felt like there was always a play for Brent to have, right? Literally, Brent always had an out. But then Zard is in play, which is still killable via Ursaluna. No, doesn't Ursaluna come up short? Yeah, Ursaluna's 10 damage short, James. It's 420. But with the cape, it's wait, 420. It's 430, right? It had 180 on it. No, it is 200. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, the Zard is still killable by the Ursaluna. Oh, wait, no, so my play was better then. Yeah, we should have just drawn a 1-prize knockout then. Force the Clops pop Iono to 1. But then we still get Clops popped Iono to 1 anyways. I thought it was out of Ursaluna range, but it wasn't out of Ursaluna range. Wait. We hit it for, I thought we hit it for 180. We hit it for 200 though. 200 into a 240. Yeah, okay, sure. So we should have KO'd the 1-prizer. You haven't done anything, but does mean that they can't go Iono into Dusknoir? Yeah. All right, game 2. Brent is going first. Kieran chose second. And got the whole squad, turn 1. Cleffa in the active as well for the pivot, for the free retreat. Got the Pidgey, the Duskull, and the Charmander. The hand start here from Kieran isn't necessarily bad, but hand is definitely a situational attacker in this matchup, not something you constantly want. So you definitely don't want to open Iron Hands in this matchup, because then you're having to force to play around it. And this is where you could just, like, take over the game as Charizard. That's a pretty clean board to start with, right? We got the Pidgey, we got the Charmander. That's all we need. That can become Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard, get the first swing as Brent, and then you kind of just like take over the game from there. We can even see like a crazy turn, like Candy Pidgey, Candy Charizard, Candy Dusknoir, and really just like take over, remove the rat threat immediately, plus potentially even like, well, I guess we won't be able to get any big knockouts. Yeah, so not quite anything big on the knockouts, but still. I mean, if Kieran only took 1 prize card, he could have whiffed boss for off prizes, right? Kieran knew there was a boss in the bottom 2 cards of his deck. He doesn't need a boss off his prize cards. He just needs the boss from the bottom 2 cards of his deck. And he knows he's getting Iono next turn. And if he doesn't get Iono, he has Luminion for boss. What's up, Jacob Johnson? So, like, yeah, he was guaranteed it. You appreciate the 4 months there, Conspiracy. All right, I don't know how many chops end in the discard pile. Double turbo to the active. Over to Brent. How strong of a turn 2 is it? That looks pretty good. That's Luminion. Thinking about keeping the Clops around. That would allow you to KO the Iron Hands immediately, right? Yeah, Brent has Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard knockout active here. There's Luminion. It does need Forest, I think, for the full combo. Is it prized? Maybe. Arvin. Guarantees the rare candy. 4 Sealstone live. Ooh, the 4 Sealstone is prized. That's big. That means we don't quite get there, right? What do you do now? We're not attacking this turn all of a sudden. All right, just go get another Charmander, right? Yeah. Charmander number 2 on the way. But now Kieran's got a good opportunity. Kieran can go Iron Hands, KO Luminion for 3, right? Don't you go after that, right? You get that prize card if you can. Because that completely changes what Brent is able to do. In this matchup, honestly, just feels like drawing as many prize cards as fast as possible as Lugia is always the play. But you literally just want to be like, how can I draw them as fast as possible? And the answer is KO the fish for 3, right? That makes it so much more awkward for Charizard to be able to use Dusknoir or anything like that. And they can't, like, as aggressively go after your Archeops and your Chinchinos, because then all of a sudden the prize trade... Oh, the cape! Hold on a second. Can he still kill the hands? Pop Clops, kill Iron Hands? Right here? No, he didn't have access to Charizard. He only had access to Candy. The cape actually protects, though. Wait, was that double turbo? No, double turbo doesn't matter. You always protect. Oh, the cape's actually pretty big here. I guess the question right now would be, do you ever boss KO the Dusclops here as Kieran? Probably, right? You probably don't want that to pop. You don't want to have Brent to have that kind of control over the prize trade. And there's still like a Cleffa and a Charmander left for the Iron Hands to go after later. Well, of course, this all depends on what Kieran can actually put together here. I actually don't know how many chops are in the discard pile. That's the main thing. I see Luminian. I see a boss in hand as well. We do have the boss. Oh, double chops. We're cooking. Triple chops. Yo, get all 3. All right, here we go. Question is, what does Kieran want to do? I like KO Dusclops with Iron Hands. Especially because we don't have to use a Luminian to get there. We just have a boss in hand, I'm pretty sure. Cape on Cleffa would have been even more sick. The cape on the Cleffa. Are we benching a rat here? I feel like the rat's got to come down, right? Some rat action going. Chop it up again. Couple to the rat. I don't know if you have to commit 2 here, to be honest. I think 1. You can maybe commit 1 and get away with that here. Because if a chops gets chased, you just have hands for another turn. I guess the question is, how likely is it? Are you able to use the hands again? You have to go after Dusclops here, right? Because otherwise, Dusknoir just trades with your bench rat, and it just lets the Charizard player accelerate the prize trade, or not accelerate the prize trade, accelerate the threat removal. Basically, that's how you use Dusknoir in this matchup. You just aggressively get rid of your opponent's threats. Oh, but Kieran's is playing the Jack instead. I don't like that. I think Boss KO Dusknoir here has to be the play, or Dusclops. Maybe Kieran's playing it like this because the Dusknoir was discarded with Ultra Ball on that first turn, right? So it's like, okay, I don't think you're going to be able to recover it. Giving up an energy as well? I don't know about that. Discarding energy is kind of crazy. We didn't have to do that, did we? Getting down 2 baby rats here isn't even that big of a deal, is it? No, it's kind of good. It's kind of good. No, I do like that. But what about discarding the Iono instead? Or, yeah, what about discarding the Iono instead? Yeah, I didn't even really like this Jack play, to be honest. I liked Boss KO Dusclops. I'm not sure about this. Especially because we didn't have to put Luminian in play to get there. We had Boss in hand. Then we could Ultra Ball away the Jack and the Iono. Go get second Minccino. And then we can just play for Boss out of hand or one-hit KOs with rats the rest of the game. What? Oh, did we not discard the Dusknoir the whole time? Am I tripping, or is that 2 Dusknoir? Does Brent play a 2-1-2? There it is. See how... What? That can't be right. Am I tripping? It's not even so... Like, the prize trade isn't out of favor for Kieran, but, like, it allows... It's a 1-for-1 prize trade. But the threats are being so aggressively removed from our side of the field here as Kieran. That's the problem, is we're losing all of our threats. If we boss KO that Dusknoir there, we keep around the Minccino with 2 energy. And if you want to KO the Minccino with 2 energy, you have to use your attack with Charizard for turn on the Minccino. Which is so much worse. It's so much worse. All right, so the question from Brent is, depending on what we have available, we could KO the active. We could KO an Archeops, so there's no rat threat. We could also KO the other rat. But then we get threatened by the Weirdeer. So I feel like the play here has got to be KO Archeops. From Brent. KO in the active feels... I feel like you just want to force Kieran to have the boss, but... Here's to see what Brent does. Also, you don't trigger gift then. Oh, wait, no. We're never triggering gift here. We're always going Iono Countercatcher. We have both in hand. Really, the rat. Interesting. I thought a Chops would be the target for sure. This opens up the Weirdeer play on Kieran's side. Dude, the more I think about it, the worse that play from Kieran was. We had to boss KO the Dusclops there. I don't like the rat KO here. The rat KO feels weird here. I feel like going after the chops sounds way better. We definitely want to ignore the gift energy. That's for sure. Oh, the boss is found. All right. So we got boss KO Charmander for 2. And now on this turn, oh, Kieran can just load up gift energy on the Archeops. And then if you KO an Archeops, you get draw. Am I overthinking that? Well, we want to like threaten Weird Ear is the thing here. Actually, is Boss Charmander even that good? We can give to our chops, so that way if you KO them, we get to draw a lot of cards. And then Boss KO Charmander, and then we have the threat of the Weird Ear on the next turn. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't overcommit energy to any of the chops, because then just removing too many energy from play takes away the Weird Ear option. See, I don't know if I like 2. I'd put a gift on each chop for sure. Oh, well, now you just commit both the same amount to both Pokemon, right? I guess, yeah, and if Brent takes the 1 prize knockout, you have 2 more turns to make everything happen. Yeah, this is pretty good. And then you put the double turbo on the Lugia, I think, as well. And then, yeah, just boss KO Charmander. Get 2 prize cards, go down to 1. Brent can't bench, or if you bench anything, the threat is there of it just getting knocked out. Is there ever an argument for Kieran to knock out the Charmander with the Lugia, jet up the Lugia and knock it out with the Lugia? Is there ever an argument for that? I don't think so, right? I think this is probably the correct play. There we go. There's the knockout. Another jet energy off the prize cards, which is actually something we didn't want to see because we have the jet in hand. I don't know how many energy are left here for Kieran. Like, the best top deck, that was like top deck with the Weird Ear, or Nest Ball for Weird Ear, or Ultra Ball for Weird Ear. And yeah, Kieran has a ton of time to close this game out as well. Kieran's got so much time. Now it's Weird Ear KO Zard, right? If you can get there, if you for some reason can't because of the energy count, Kieran can just like 2 a KO a 2 prizer. Because the problem with this situation now for Brent is Brent can't ever bench a 1 prizer to like use Collapse Stadium or something. So like you'll always be able to threaten the 2 a KO on the Charizard, or if the bench is filled. Oh, I guess you could use Turo, but then you're attacking with a Pidgeot. The thing is, like, Brent's board, besides Weird Ear, is currently out of range of getting knocked out. Besides Weird Ear. But assuming the Weird Ear play for some reason can't happen next turn. Assuming the Weird Ear play from Brent can't happen next turn. Then from Kieran next turn. Then, yeah, as soon as his Charmander hits the field, now all of a sudden Boss is a win condition for Kieran. But you do need to bench something at some point. Something has to come down at some point. So now I think Brent's plan is hope you don't have Boss this turn. Next turn, or punch with Charizard. Ideally, KO the Lugia. Ideally, you want to counter catch a KO Lugia here, or Boss KO Lugia, and don't trigger gift energy. And then you go Turo Charizard, Candy Charizard, knockout again, and then win from there. I think that has to be the play here. Or do you remove the extra energy from the Iron Hands? No, you don't. I think you always want to go counter catcher here. You always want to counter catcher KO the Lugia off the bench. Because triggering gift means you lose the boss. You can't afford to lose the boss. You'd rather lose to Kieran drawing the Weird Ear combo. So you go boss KO, you go counter catcher KO Lugia here, and then you try and go Turo Candy Charizard is the play. Couldn't you just boss the Pidgeot with hands and save the boss for next turn? Nope. Iron Hands does. The first attack requires 2 lightning energy. We don't have arm press. Arm press is not an option. Isn't it 280 because of DTE? We need 2 lightning to attack with arm press. It's even on the screen. Y'all are trolling. Dude, the new overlay from Pokemon failed. They literally have the arm press thing right here. This is literally it's failed. It's failed. Failed experiment. Delete the overlay. Someone in chat asked the question. Oh, and a research, bro. Get out of here. What? What? Oh, he hit heads though. He hit heads. I think you just load up energy here if you can. Because you want to maximize your odds of drawing into Weird Ear probably as Kieran here. As long as you have the KO. I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math. Someone do the math. I don't want to do it. For just 1? Oh, for 2. Send in the chops. Yeah, Kieran's just like, fuck it. Get him in. 2 jets. Locked. That's a big Iron Hands right there. Iron Hands is swinging. There's also always the fallback of Kieran using Ursaluna at the end of the game. Because Kieran can only draw, or Brent can only draw 1 prize card next turn, so you could punch this. No, but we're going to try and Turo the Zard. It has to, so actually, if you don't get Weird Ear here as Kieran, you lose to the Turo play. You lose to the Turo play if you don't get Weird Ear here. I see Ultra Ball. Is that enough energy? I didn't do the math. Someone do the math. I assume it's enough because they picked it up. But yeah, going back to it, I really didn't like that play from Kieran. We should have boss KO'd the Klops, right? We just ran out of options so quickly. The possibility for the comeback, like yeah, like right there, literally Kieran's in a bad spot. Yeah, literally that situation right there. Kieran said if Kieran doesn't draw research there, if the Iono sticks, then all of a sudden Brent goes Turo after you punch my Charizard, Turo after you punch my Charizard, new fresh Charizard knockout, and then you don't have enough energy. I don't think. All right, game 3. We will see Brent going second here. Has had pretty good setups both of these games so far. We'll see how this next one goes. How many rats is Kieran playing? It seems like a 2-2 rat line. Doing the recap. Poor Charmander. Got cooked. The cape on the Luminium was sick, though. That was sick. 10 energies with 2 DCs what he needed. That's enough then, yeah. Wait. Sure. I didn't count if it was 10, but it looked like it was close. There's a lot of energy in play. I assume Brent chooses second in this matchup. I guess Brent might feel different. But Kieran chose second in going into game 2. So Kieran thinks going second is correct in the matchup. That's something I'm always really curious about is people choosing first or second. That's always something I'm really, really curious about. Just in Pokemon in general, is people choosing first or second in matchups. And then if they pick what I wouldn't pick, then I know they're trash. All right, so yeah, Brent did choose second. Can we get a heads? There's a billion hand. Oh, actually, that hand's lined up pretty well to get double chops in the discard pile. If that's a heads, I can't tell what it is though. I guess you still get 1 billion in the discard pile. 1 chops in the discard pile. Now we got 2 chops. Double chopping. How many energy are we losing to this Billy, though, I guess is the question. Was that 2 Ultra Balls? That's disgusting. We do lose a single double turbo energy, but it matters way less if we're getting rid of the Weird Ear, so. Yo, Kieran is cooking. It is at the... Ooh, double turbo to the active. I was thinking we double turbo to the Lugia and then jet it up next turn. I mean, double turbos aren't bad on rats, but it's better on Lugia, right? Am I tripping? Seems fine. Feels like it shouldn't be overly consequential. The hand's pretty good there from Kieran as well. Has the V-Star double minch to throw down on the bench as well. Often, of course, a good start here from Brent. Gotta get a Pidgey, gotta get a second Charmander, and they would like a Duskull. And then some kind of, oh my, chill. Is it going to be a Cleffa angle? Duskull's coming into play. Second Duskull, second Pidgey. Because Boss KO lone Pidgey would be a good line here from Kieran. That's always a good line. It's always nice to remove the Pidgey out. The hand is pretty good there from Brennan as well. I saw Candy, Ultra Ball, Charmeleon, Arvin. Maybe get a little bit of draw off with this Cleffa as well to build up on that. Some more options. I did see a Night Treacher in there. But I think we also saw a Super Art earlier. All right. What is the play here from Kieran? I guess maybe you attach active there. Maybe it is correct to attach active there from Kieran so you can retreat to Iron Hands this turn. Well, do you want to do that though? Or would you rather... The Legacy is getting lined up. It is an Iron Hands angle. Okay. I like that. I like that play a little bit more than from Kieran. I didn't think about using Iron Hands here, to be honest. But and yeah, Boss KO. Is it ever KO Duskull? I think Boss KO Pidgey makes the most sense to me. That is what Kieran goes for. There it is. There's the knockout. First 2 prize cards. This hand is set up. But this is a board state where if you get Candy, Charizard, Countercatcher, Archeops, the ability to one-hit KO Charizard from there starts to decrease drastically, and now it comes down to like Kieran fighting boss for a little while here. All right. Does Kieran not play? No, Kieran does play Nest Ball. We've seen Nest Balls from Kieran. Assuming game 3 doesn't finish, would you give us your take on the board state? Yeah, sure. I mean, we'll talk about it, yeah. All right, Nest Ball's coming out from Brent. Dippity for the draw power now. Dude, Pheasant Dippity is so broken. Even in like the slower decks like Charizard, it's like, oh, you killed my lone Pidgey? All right, I guess I'll go get Pheasant Dippity then. Here we go. Now I just get a ton of draw power still on board. Just cringe. Absolutely cringe. Dude, honestly, when did I become so opinionated about game design? I don't know when. Honestly, it's probably listening to too much Jake Gearhart on Twitter. That's probably what's changed my... I would be fine if Pheasant Dippity, Briar, and Dusknoir had never been printed. All I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. I don't like discussing what ifs that much. I'm more concerned with what is than what if, but I wouldn't have hated if those cards didn't exist, to be honest. All right, the Dippity for 3. We found the Countercatcher and the Iono and the Ultra Ball and the Charmeleon. Dude, does he have anything else? What do we got? He's got the nuts. I guess as much of the nuts as you can have for losing your Pidgey. Whoa, Luminion. Am I tripping? Or Arvin? Oh, we're going further. We're going with the Dusknoir play here. I didn't expect the Dusknoir play here. I thought we were just going to go Iono, Countercatcher, KO. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Iono, Countercatcher, KO, and Archeops. I think Brent's going to go KO the Rat, KO the Hands. That is a play. I don't know how big Kieran's hand is. Kieran has a pretty big hand, though, I feel like. Boom. Yep, Nor on the Rat. And has the counter. I don't know. I don't like this play as much, though, to be honest. I feel like the Rat's not a threat if you KO an Archeops. I feel like this is, like, overly aggressive from Brent. The gift triggers. So now Kieran's looking for boss KO Pheasant Dippity here with Lugia. And is very much in the driver's seat, I guess, here. If we have a... Oh, no. No boss? Uh-oh. Got the aroma, though. Hold up. We're never punching the Charizard here, right? No, we can't punch... If we punch Charizard, we lose to Gus Billy Gus Lugia or something like that. Tails. I think it's Tails. I'm not sure. Oof. Here we go. Now, the thing is here, Brent can still play around triggering gift energy. You don't have to trigger gift here energy here as Brent. Now, if there is 3 gift, if Kieran can get 3 gift into play... Wait, that's not possible. Don't mind me. He's eyeing up, but like the gift doesn't even matter because Brent is always just going to target. So I guess you load up the Rat. Oh, wait, we can load up the Rat. Oh, we have the Rat threat as well. Oh, holy smokes. Wait, Kieran's actually in a really good spot here then. Kieran's in a better spot than I thought. No, put on the Rat. Wait, put it on Luminion never makes any sense because Brent can just go KO your Squawkabilly, then KO your Luminion. Questionable. Definitely questionable. No one at the table said anything, though. I don't know if he shuffled or not. But it's definitely incorrect to ever put that on the Luminion. If he didn't shuffle, he's good. I don't know if he shuffled or not. And I don't know how much of a hard ass the judges or Brent are actually going to be, so. I'm not against it. But you always load up the Rat there. The Rat should always get loaded here. It would have been a big error from Kieran to not load up the Rat. He didn't shuffle? Okay, he's good. Okay. There's the counter catcher already on the Luminion from Brent. And now we want to see an Iono. But this does give Kieran multiple routes. Kieran can get a big Rat or can just get a boss. There's plenty of energy for the big Rat. It is an Iono to 1, so Ultra Ball is not live. Ultra Ball is not live here. He stopped holding the card, so gift should stay unlimited. Nope. That's not how it works. The search ends when you shuffle your deck. Up until your deck is shuffled, you're not done with your search for whatever thing you're searching. The ruling is when you shuffle. Research? Wait, did he actually draw research? Dude, that's just cringe. What? Dude, what a god, bro. Completed shuffle or once you like not motion shuffle, once you like put the cards in once. Once you complete one mass shuffle. Once you've completed a single mass shuffle. So not like the full sequence of a sufficient shuffle, just a single mass shuffle. That's really sending you to jail. That's my understanding. Strange that he chased Lum instead of Dippity, though. He had a double turbo on his active, I believe. So he couldn't. Because you want to get the double turbo. You want to be able to utilize double turbo there. The Raging Bolt earlier lost his game for this, and now we don't do anything about him changing energy to the other Pokemon. It's different, Masson. That was the energy for turn. Archeops is a search ability. It depends if you're interacting with your deck or not. The action is the searching of the deck, not just making an action out of hand. Those are like two different things. Manual attachment for turn would be once you've let go of the card. But if you're interacting with your deck, it's when you shuffle your deck. All right, Kieran goes into the chops. I actually don't know if this is correct. I think actually this is a missequence here from Kieran, because I don't think there's any... No, this is a missequence from Kieran. You definitely should have just researched first, because we knew there was 2 energy on the bottom of the deck. So that means there was no rats on the bottom of the deck. And there was no Ultra Ball or rats on the bottom of the deck. So there's actually a mistake here from Kieran. He should have just played the research. Not shuffled the deck. The deck should have... And the rat was in the top 4! Dude, if he gets punished for this... Kieran could get punished here. Oh boy. Oh wait, no, Weirder's discarded. Weirder's not even an option here. Yeah, because all the cards that were in Kieran's hand before the Iono there was 0 Ultra Ball, 0 Shinchino, and there was 2 energy on the bottom. Oh no, but I guess it thins out the deck by 1 more card. Maybe there was 3 energy. If there was 3 energy, then you don't do it like that. Wait, no, maybe it's equal. I don't know how many other cards were in Kieran's hand. Maybe it's no, because there was other cards besides energy. So definitely a missequence there from Kieran, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. The punish! Yes! Dude, you love to see the punish. I'm going to go back and watch that to see if Kieran should have... I'm actually very curious if Kieran should have Archeopsed first or researched first. Because there was a rat in the top 7. There was a rat in the top 7, and I'm pretty sure... And there was no Ultra Ball or rat in the Ionoed cards. And there was at least 2 energy on the bottom. And you only need access to 3 energy. Oh, the punish. Dude, you love to see the punish. Retreating to Archeops. It is possible Brent doesn't have Gust here. It is possible Brent doesn't have Boss or Countercatcher, but I'm pretty sure there's an Arven in hand. I don't know if the Countercatchers are there. Yeah, so you definitely retreat to Archeops here for sure. You retreat to Archeops, pass, and pray. Don't you always Archeops before drawing? No, not if you know the composition of your deck. If your deck is truly random, then you would, but Iono makes your deck not random. Yep, there's a Countercatcher. Let's see if it's a punish. Let's see if it's a punish. Let's go back and review. Brent with the dub. So we got to go to the Iono. So there's 3 energy. Iono, Bear, Archeops, something. So 3 energy are going to the bottom of the deck. And there's no outs to Chinchino in the hand. There's no rat outs in the hand, I believe. That's not a rat, is it? That's not rat. Iono hits, no rat outs. And we see Kieran even like looks at the hand, right? Looks at the hand, takes note of everything. That's not a rat, right? Maybe I'm tripping. Doesn't look like a rat. Let's see. Dude, what the fuck is that card? Is that that's not a Chinchino. Not rat. Looks like a trainer. 1 Goza. Is that a Mezagoza? That's Iono, right? This is the sleeve of Iono right here. But I don't know what this is. Jack? Iono and then something under the Ursulina. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 Iono? Oh, is it just 2 Iono? 1 hollow, 1 non-hollow? Oh, okay. All right, so 7 cards, 3 energy on the bottom. We know there's 3 energy on the bottom. The only reason you would ever Archeops first would be if you could draw into all of the energy and then not have enough energy to actually load up the rat. But we know there's 3 energy on the bottom of the deck. So even if we research, we can't draw into enough energy. That makes it so we can't rat. So by using Archeops first here, we're lowering our odds of drawing into Ultra Ball or the Chinchino here. So missequenced by Kieran, and we do see here, it even gets funnier than that, to be honest, because we see the rat is in the top 5. So Kieran should just research first here, because we know there's 3 energy at the bottom of the deck, so we can't research into all of our energy and make it impossible to be able to load up the rat. So the rat is, at this point, once we draw for turn, we have Research Lugia. There's 3 energy trapped on the bottom of our deck that we cannot draw into off of the research. So we can never draw into so much energy that we can't use Archeops to load up the Chinchino. Although that probably still wouldn't make it worth it, even if it was possible, based on the composition of the other cards on the bottom of our deck. And then he Archeops first. No. And then we see when he goes through it here and loads up the energy. The rat. Oh, it is 2 Iono right there, right? We do see 2 Iono. 1 holo, 1 non-holo, right? Yeah, 1 holo, 1 non-holo. Okay. And then there's a rat. And then the second rat is in like the top 5 cards here. He goes through one more time. There's 1 rat. And then second rat is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Painful for Kieran, but to be honest, you do love to see the punish. Little concealing here. I see Mew. There's a nest ball for the Palkia. I think there is a Duskull in hand as well. So this is all you want here, to be honest. That's all the options you need on this first turn. You got the threat of the Moonlight Shuriken. You got the threat of the Dusknoir turn 2. You're cooking here. Greninja is prize. I'm assuming it's just a 101 Greninja. Playing more than that would be a little interesting. Oh, also plays the Rotom, which is also prize. That's an unfortunate prize. That's what you'd want to do here if you have the extra Pokemon search card. Is 61 still enough to make day 2? It's 7-2. You have to 7-2 or better now. Oh, they're both playing lefty. Are they? That definitely is different. Doesn't happen very often. What is even the percentage of left-handed people in the world? It can't be very high, right? What do people write on those notes? Generally just their prize cards. They just write down their prize cards. 15%? 15? Oh, that's more than I thought. What's the point of bending the notepad if they just leave it like that? I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's just how he writes on it. What about being right-handed but playing lefty? Then you're just weird. That's just weird. Oh, so Billy take here. Okay. I was thinking we'd maybe just see the Palkia. Oh, some other stuff to work. Oh, there's the Mew in hand. That's probably the debate here. Do I bench the Mew? That's a pretty decent hand, though. Had a draw supporter in it as well. So getting really aggressive here. Like, if you just grab Palkia there, you got stuff to work with. And also dish a rare candy to use that Billy there. Yikes. And the follow-up is like nothing. Yeah, looking at that hand, that seemed fine to just go nest ball for Palkia, pass. And then the draw is like, we're literally, like, this draw is literally put Palkia in play and then recover Mew to live off Mew. That's a little bit weird to use Billy there. I don't know what we're like looking for. Because now we're basically just in a worse scenario. It's not like that, yeah, because the hand wasn't like that. We had access to Palkia and we had Iono. That sounds pretty good to me. And then if we're discarding that candy, the chance that we even get access to like double Dusknoir is like pretty low. So now Screamtail gets a free KO on the Billy later. Yeah, potentially. That's also true as well. Like, it is like just some easy prize cards as the game develops, right? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that choice there. I feel like we had enough to work with. I don't want to be too anecdotal with the analysis there, but yeah, it just felt like an overextension for sure. Well, if Ari's hand is brick, do you want to play Iono? Yeah, but we don't know the composition of Ari's hand. Ari hasn't had a turn yet. It's not worth it to give yourself to like burn a bunch of resources and give yourself a bad hand, to just in case Ari has a good hand. So then you have the option of research or Iono. You play around averages. You play around averages. You don't play around what ifs. On average, Ari's hand will be fine. So playing as if Ari's gonna for sure have a dead hand is incorrect. And we also have concealed cards in there to work with, so we don't have a completely dead hand. What's the best way to play Terrapagos? I've got some places that have them for purchase. I'm wondering if I invest. I have no clue right now, to be honest. I don't even know if it's going to be good immediately. All right. Poffin and Arvin coming out. I assume... Well, actually, I don't know for sure, though. Does Ari play... Manaphy? I don't think it was prized. Why not stretch our Mew turn 1? Probably will do it on turn 2 anyways. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, Hunter did not stretch her the... Yeah, you definitely should stretch her Mew there and draw, so you can draw back-to-back turns. Because what's the hand? It's stretcher some... What is it? Stretcher and what? That's definitely incorrect. You definitely should stretch her immediately. Recover the Mew. Draw with Mew. So that way you can draw with Mew turn 1 and then also draw with Mew turn 2. I didn't even realize that. I just kind of assumed we did it. Oh, is it stretcher Ultra Ball? But no, you should still do it anyways, right? Yeah, because an Ultra Ball is not enough to play the game here. And you could have drawn 2, and then you top deck for turn, Ultra Ball, then draw more with Mew. Yeah. That's definitely a mistake there. Yeah, so poor turn 1 choices there from Hunter. And then, yeah, I mean, it doesn't get better than this for Guardia, except for maybe like another Ralts down. If you draw Iono and then you take 3 prizes next turn. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Benji. That's what I was thinking. Ari might have even had a Ralts in hand and just chose not to do it there. Alright, well, let's see where it goes from here now. Palkia top deck. Stretcher for the Mew. Draw 2. I doubt there's nothing in the deck that you can get off Ultra Ball here at this point, though. So you have to draw, like, energy or a draw supporter. Prime. Trekking shoes. Okay. Need a heavy draw supporter, though. We need a research or an Iono. It's a Dusclops. So we have Dusclops Prime ability, I guess. You can just take a knockout on a Kirlia with Palkia. I mean, do you ever just wait? What are we waiting for? You have to move the Greninja, right? Otherwise it gets knocked out, and then the chance that you actually pull off the Greninja play next turn is... I think you just have to pop... You just have to go KO a Kirlia here. Oh, the frog. The frog is in the discard pile. Rip frog. Yeah. This burns... So we're almost for sure not going to get access to a Greninja play anymore moving forward. It's going to be tough. No Greninja play is a big deal. Yeah, there's the punch. Go ahead, Kirlia. Now, I don't even know what the correct play here is from Ari. You could Screamtail the Dusclops. You could Screamtail the Greninja. I guess Vstar's gone. You don't need a Screamtail Greninja. You could counter catcher KO the Mew EX. You kind of know that... Well, hang on. We have to get somewhere first, I guess. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too far ahead of myself because this hand is dead here. I think there's a second Kirlia in the hand, though. So we're going to see +4 cards here. And we got the Monkey Dory already ready to go as well. Yeah, if we have access to like most things, we have Artisan. So if we just find the Guard EX, we should have access to most attackers here. And he's even going to get aggressive with the Artisan too. Completely thin out the deck before going into these refinements. Maximize our odds of drawing something here. Question is, what do you get? I guess could get an attacking option. Could get another Ralts. Could get second Monkey Dory. I don't even know what you want to attack with here, though. Like I was saying, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we want to attack with. Do they have Guardian Hand? I don't think so. I don't think they have Guardian Hand, no. Pretty sure there's no Guardian Hand. Drifloon and KO Palkia. I mean, if you can find, yeah, if you can find Drifloon, Braver Charm, KO Palkia is pretty good. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Definitely some options in this hand here. The Guardy EX can be found. Got to use the refinement first here, though. Fluttermane seems pretty bad. I'd give it the Fluttermane here. Screamtail seems pretty good to keep on for later, so Fluttermane seems kind of mid. What do we got? All right, so we can't get to... So we can Arven for Ultra Ball, and that becomes Guardy EX, which that seems good enough to me, to be honest. So we are just going to Guardy... I guess you could Screamtail. The only other thing would be Screamtail Dusclops. I don't even know how good that is, to be honest. But you could, like, Screamtail... Oh, I guess you could Screamtail the Mew EX with Monkey Dory, actually, which would be interesting. Is there a Guardy EX in there? I didn't see one, but I wasn't really looking for one on that initial search. I assume there is. Yes, did use Artisan. Artisan has been used already, yeah. One is prized? Okay. We do have to attack with the benched Kirlia. That's not like super consequential though, right? I don't think so, no. And I believe there's 2 other Psychic Energy in the discard pile, so we can attach to the Monkey Dory here. Is it ever Monkey Attack? The Monkey Attack would be interesting, actually. You could actually... I mean, I don't hate it. I don't like losing our Monkey, though. I feel like the Monkey's really, really good. We can, like, try... We have, like, the threat of double Monkey next turn and stuff like that. I don't know if I like benching the second Monkey, though, because now we're just letting the Palkia player hit harder. We can't evolve the active. Yeah, gotta evolve the bench. Good catch. Yeah, I don't like benching the second Monkey. I don't know why that's good. It just gives gotta make sure you accelerate to the active first. Okay, we're chilling. I got a little bit nervous. Ari was just gonna throw those 3 energy onto the Gardevoir. Oh, hold on. Are you scared? Maybe you... Okay. Do you attack with the other Monkey Dory, actually? The fresh Monkey Dory that doesn't have the Dark Energy on it? Because if your Gardevoir gets KO'd, you actually prize your other Gardevoir, and you might not be able to get into another Gardevoir on the next turn. I think I agree. I think you're right, yeah. I think the attack with the Monkey Dory is the play here, actually. All right. Now we just benched the whole squad, though. Are we going to go KO Dusclops here now? I guess that probably is the play. Are we KOing Squawk? We're just getting aggressive. We can Monkey 2 off the Kirlia to the Palkia. Well, now I really don't like the second Monkey Dory bench if we're not going to actually attack with it. Onto the Mew. Oh, we're going to go KO the Mew here. Okay. I actually, that's what I mentioned as well. I was like, we know that Hunter was living off the Mew draw. This does give a target to Hunter now, though, because now Hunter can pop the Dusclops and KO the whatever this thing is called. Screamtail. I was gonna call it Cleffa, but it's not Cleffa. There's definitely some interesting plays to choose from there, to be honest. I like the idea of limiting our bench a little bit more, though, to not give so much damage over to Hunter. Wait, is there anything that's weak to water right now? Or weak to fighting, excuse me? What's weak to fighting for the Greninja? I guess it one KOs Miraidon stuff, right? Interesting. That's an interesting one. Yeah, Miraidon. Maybe that's the reason for the inclusion. I mean, it's not terrible outside of that. Thorns and Miraidon. Oh yeah, and Thorns, true. Alright, both players get a prize card. Oh, Ari might need to send up a... Oh, no, actually, I don't even know the sequencing here. Is it prize card first or send up first? I don't even know. I don't even know what we send up here either. Maybe the Monkey Dory without the energy or the Manaphy. Yeah, you can send up Manaphy here pretty cleanly, right? Yeah, you send up Manaphy here. No, send up the Manaphy. I feel like we're not... I feel like we're not scared of Greninja anymore. Yeah. Double Dory online sounds kind of sick because you can go KO Duskulls. Yeah, I don't like the Dory send up here. I would have definitely liked to have seen the Manaphy get sent up here. There's no what is it called, Star Portal anymore. Discards the Irida. Interesting. Off the trekking shoes. I don't think there's a reason to be scared of Greninja anymore. The power of the Double Door is just too good to ignore here. We might attach to Greninja though. Oh no, hang on. Concealed cards first. What is another Dusclops? Because we don't have a backup attacker here. Oh, we have Candy in hand though. Alright, so Candy Dusknoir. I assume the Curlia is getting KO'd here. We'll see. You could also KO the Monkey Dory on the bench and then remove both Dories from play, but I assume we got to remove the draw power of the Curlia. We'll see what the choice is. Yeah, goes after the Curlia. So many cards to work with now for Ari. Ari only has 2 prize. Wait, Ari has 2 prize cards left? Wait, this game is just over. I didn't even realize where we were. You just need Super Rod, Screamtail, KO, Squawk. That's game. Artisan and Arvin are in hand. The game is over. Yeah, it's game over. It's game over. Maybe a slow play warning? Possibly. I'm not sure what's going on here. Does he have too many cards in his hand? Okay, no. Okay, there's an Arvin in hand, so Ari has game. Can even go like check with Buddy Poffin. He has Hero's Cape in hand as well, so he could Arvin for. Does he realize he's at 2 prize cards? See, this is what can be weird against these decks sometimes. Sometimes you just don't realize. Sometimes you just don't realize that like Guardy's never on 2 prize cards at this point. Triple Dory? Holy. 3 of them? The whole squad? He has game. Dude, I don't think he sees it, though. There's no way he would be playing like this if he sees that he has game, right? That you don't play like... I don't think he sees it. Maybe he does, though. It's a Vessel take. Vessel still does it, though. Vessel still wins him the game here with Drifloon. So maybe he sees the Drifloon line. Wait, can we even discard the energy we get off? Actually, does that win us the game? We can't get this energy into the discard pile, can we? I don't know. Retreated off active? Would that work if you go attach Psychic Active Retreat? Is that enough? How many are in the discard pile right now? We have 4, 5. He didn't like prize off his recovery cards, right? I'm just making sure. I'm pretty sure he just misses. Pretty sure he just doesn't realize he wins. He also might not play Drifloon specifically, to be honest. There's no way he doesn't have like a Super Rod or a Stretcher to get off the Arvin there to then just get back Screamtail and go Screamtail, KO, Squawk, right? Oh no. Is he going to go for the Confuse play? If he plays 3 Monkey, he might actually play 1 Floon. That is possible. It's possible he doesn't play the... Wait, but now he can just lose to Candy Dusknoir. Oh my gosh. The Candy Dusknoir swing just wins the game. Oh, the cape though. And now Hunter needs to go double Dory. Oh wait, no, kill the Duskull. No, no. We could have actually killed the Duskull, and then we can't lose from even this situation. Wait, did he kill the Duskull? No, he didn't. He also could have double Doried the Duskull. I've been here before where Ari is though. Like you never have 2 prize cards. You never have 2 prize cards left here as guard for. It's not a thing. But then you should have Iono'd. Like if we're not gonna win the game this turn, then you Iono here for sure. So like that's also like that's like the weirder thing here from Ari. Is like I understand the not realizing that you're on 2 prize cards. It's like, oh shoot, I literally just win. He didn't want to make Fez on. That's not worth it. Because now Candy Dusknoir loses you the game, or Boss plus Candy Dusknoir loses you the game. Oh no, the cape plays around that. But now you lose to Boss plus Candy Dusknoir. There's no way you want to leave that available. Because if you just KO the Duskull, who cares if they have access to Fez and Dippity? They can't do anything with that. If you KO Duskull, it doesn't matter if they can draw 3 with Dippity. Did he even Dory the damage? Yeah, he Doried it to the active. But yeah, if we don't think we have game, you never play Arvin here. If you don't think you have game, you always... There's a Dusknoir. That's Candy Dusknoir. We have to get around this cape now. The cape's too much, right? There's no way we're doing enough with the cape on the active. 180, 200, 230? No. All right, oh my... Dude, Ari got bailed out there. Holy smokes. Yeah, because if you aren't winning there, you Iono for sure. Because the hand Hunter's hand was pretty big. Bundle would have won him the game. Just saying, Bundle would have won him the game. Yeah. So even though Ari didn't see the play to win the game, if Ari didn't think he could win that turn, then you play Iono because the hand was like a 6-card hand or something. It's pretty big. All right, saved. Never punished. Every time. Did Hunter not play any Irida? That turn? I don't know. Hunter was looking for boss. That turn. He plays Irida. Why do you not super out the Screamtail? Dude, have you been listening to what we've been saying? That's what he should have been doing. That's what we were talking about. That's what we wanted Ari to do. Heroes Cape stocks going up. Maybe the big Guardy is like the only thing the Heroes Cape is. Yeah, there was no Pokemon Recovery prized. I guess Ari could maybe not play Pokemon Recovery, but that'd be kind of wild to not play Pokemon Recovery in a Guardy deck. That'd be great. That'd be insane to not do that. Oh yeah, I mean the last thing to go with all of that, like, all right, Ari doesn't see the win condition. All right, well then you play Iono if you're not going to win off Arvin. And then you also KO the Duskull because that takes away Hunter's only win condition next turn. Hunter's only way to win the game next turn was Candy, Dusknoir, KO the bench, plus boss once the cape came down. Okay, so why aren't you playing this regional? Because I'm not there. I'm here. I just didn't want to play this one. Sorry, Blood Moon is not good. Definitely not good, especially against a deck like Guardy that doesn't have to KO through it. They can KO around it. But I'm sure Hunter plays some form of switch card besides Prime Catcher, so can get it out of the active, I'm sure. -2 Rod, +2 Dory. The 4 Dory? Quad Dory? I'm down. 4 Dory, 4 Dark Energy. Squawkabilly and Froakie price here for Hunter. I mean, the Froakie's not like a big deal in this matchup, I have to assume. Squawk could be a big deal. I don't know what Hunter's hand is. Maybe we're regretting the Ultra Ball decision after realizing Squawk is prized. We'll see. Although, I mean, yeah, Hunter definitely messed up in the beginning of that last game as well. Just like the opening sequence from Hunter was bad. Just even going for the Squawkabilly was like super unnecessary. Goes for Rotom. Wait, why is the Poke in the discard pile? How'd that end up there? Did it get discarded off Stopper's? It had to be Stopper's Chuck and Choose or something like that. No Duskull down turn 1. No Greninja either. Is it Rhodey for 3 and pass? That is not good. Yeah, Rody for 3 and pass. That's it. Sheesh. All right. Over to Ari. So there's no... No, that's not true. There is still a threat of Greninja. It's just unlikely. Poffin's coming down. I don't know if there's a TM Evo in that hand. There might be. There's one Team Evo prize. There's a Super Odd. All right. Confirmed Ari plays Super Odd because it wasn't discarded last game. And we see it in the prize cards. And it was not prized last game. So at least one Super Odd is played. There's probably 2 or some combination of that and Night Stretchers in the deck overall. Yep, I see a second Super Odd. There's another one in the top half of the deck there. Also double Flutterman and Klefki. Really? Double Flut as well? There's definitely no Drifloon in here. But it's weird to play the no Drifloon but play Hero's Cape. But I guess you can combo Hero's Cape with your Screamtail to be a closer, actually. So maybe it's fine. Maybe that's not a big deal, actually, to be honest. Triple Ralts. Oh my gosh, that hand is not good. No TM Evo there. What is the question here? Do we retreat to Klefki? Is that the question? I think you want to hold the energy though, just in case for the Evo. Klefki does shut off Greninja though. Jeesh. Right on the top deck. Not even going to use the Pokestop. Let's see what Hunter can do. Can Hunter take advantage of this slow start? Has Pokestop to work with. No energy in the discard pile. So Poke is not popping off anytime soon. No Manaphy on the bench there for Ari either. So if the Greninja does get set up, we can start going in on those Ralts. Holy smokes, this hand is awful. There's nothing. There's an Ultra Ball. You can Ultra Ball away the Vacuum. Oh, we can get a Duskull with this. Is it just get Duskull? Oh, you can't even draw 3 with the Rotom. I'd say Duskull draw 3, but you can't because of the Klefki. Pokestop, Candy, Shoes. All right. I mean, you could just wait till next turn, I guess, but all right. Well, now we built up a water in the discard pile. You really don't want an Iono here. I mean, there's like Candy double Dusknoir there almost. Like, I feel like you could pass here. Oh, now we have to keep the Vacuum, right? That's fine. That is okay. It's not that bad. Why is he shuffling? Because he didn't shuffle at the end of his sequence, I believe, on his last search. All right. Back over to Ari. Top deck and energy. Goes into the Pokestop. Poffin needs like an Ultra Ball here. And thin out the deck a little bit more with the Vessel. Vessel away the energy. Can establish a Dark Energy on a Monkey Dory. I mean, we're getting closer to something, for sure. But we're still a ways away. We're getting closer, but we're still far away. Is he running 101 for Greninja? He's running a 101 Greninja EX, yeah. He has a 1 Greninja EX, 1 Froakie. He thinks Rad Ninja can evolve into Greninja EX. Yo, the Joust for 10? I don't know if I like that. I think I'd rather just see the Dark Energy attached to Monkey Dory and pass, to be honest. I don't even like that attachment there. Has the Cape. Is thinking about using it. Cape to Ralts? Why? What does that even... I don't even know if that even does. Like, I know what it does. I don't know if it does anything. Like, what is the point of that? Double Nors. You still don't really want to be that aggressive here. Like, you just kind of want to chill and attack with Palkia if you can. So I'd maybe hit the stop first and see what happens. There's an Iono in the hand, but... not being able to use Rotom here is kind of miserable. I guess retreating to the Klefki actually did... How do we sequence this? Do you want to see more cards or do you want your opponent to see more cards? All right, going with I want my opponent to see less cards. Or maybe we just see what we get and then we decide what to do from there. I feel like we should hit the Pokestop before we did anything here as Hunter, though, to be honest. I think we should just hit the stop. We got a stop and a squawk off the prize cards. But we could stop, vacuum, stop. But saving the vacuum for the Hero's Cape sounds kind of good, though. That's the question now. Boom. Yeah, we have the Night Stretcher in the hand as well. I think I would hit the stop here for sure. Hit the stop, try and find, like, if we mill Greninja or Palkia V-Star, we get to evolve it, right? I feel like we should hit the stop here. I'm not a big fan of not hitting the stop. All right, I own it to 4 each. It's going to be weird. Didn't it play the vacuum on the cape as well? Why didn't we vacuum? No, we did vacuum the cape, right? I'm not trolling. Not vacuuming the cape there would have been criminal, so we better have done it. All right, Greninja's online. That's big. It's a good one. The Guardian's hand is also dead. They also have 20 minutes left. I wonder if Ari should just... make Hunter... You should make Hunter set up an attacker. We shouldn't scoop yet. Not a good stop. Well, it does enable the Palkia, I guess. Yeah, we should make Hunter at least attack. All right, there's the pass. Okay. Dark Energy for the Monkey Dory. Turo and a boss. Dude, is it possible that Ari could win this just by trapping the Ursaluna in the active? Like, we attach Dark to... Oh, going to the stop. I don't even know what we could hit here. Like, Ultra Ball double item. And out the deck with the Vessel. Dude. That's not it, man. No draw power. All right, we give up on the Turo. I don't hate that, I guess. And if he comes down, protect our bench from the Greninja play. Okay. Set up the Dory. We just chill. We're chilling. We're just hanging out. Yeah, once Hunter is finally able to move this Ursaluna, if Ari just bosses it back up, like, can we ever like just stick this thing in the active the whole game? Right, we got some energy with the Vessel. Still can't concealed cards or Rotom because of the Klefki. Into the stop. Okay, triple items. What can we do with it, though? We can get Palkia, but we still can't move this stupid bear. Dude, this is... Zul, in your opinion, what is the best deck for Cups and Challenges? The deck you're most comfortable with. That is actually a good deck. I hope he does Greninja under Klefki. It would make things more... Dude, he's playing so fast. It would make things more entertaining. We have Prime? No, it's Pass! We gotta bump that Pokestop, right? We should take that away from Hunter. Or do we want to give them Well, actually, do we just let Hunter mill himself with the Pokestop? I don't think Ari should be using Pokestop, to be honest. Like, the chance that we hit anything good is, like, so low. I feel like we should maybe just chill and hope to top deck a supporter. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But it feels like it feels so 50-50 for Ari to be using Pokestop here. Like, so 50-50. This Poffin is also a bad play, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, we have a Ralts in there. Okay, okay. I was like, we should keep it around for Ultra Ball and Refinement fodder, but there's a Ralts in there. It's worth getting. How could anyone say stall is entertaining to watch when games like this exist? We get some back-to-back stall action. Pass. All right. We're back at it again. Wait, are we hitting? Oh, we are hitting. Okay, good. I thought we weren't attacking there. We should honestly be attaching to Fluttermane and building up Fluttermane to potentially attack with. Just manual attach to Fluttermane seems pretty good. All right, Ultra Ball. There's a switch and a Prime in there. Okay. Not much else. Hunter does not have much else. Honestly, I think if Ari actually just gusts the Ursaluna twice, I think Ari will win. No memes. Holy, no way. This is how this match, this would be an insane match. I think once Hunter can move this, I think if you just go boss and then moves it again and then goes counter catcher, maybe you have to start attaching to it so you can preemptively play around it. Because one of the things here is you could attack with Ursaluna because you can pop a Dusknoir and you could give Ari 3 prize cards, right? You could give Ari 3 prize cards, which means the Ursaluna can attack for 3 energy. Arvin has been top deck though. TME was coming out. If you get through this one Palkia, that might also win you the game. You can just Greninja under Klefki twice. He has 2 switches. Oh, true. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Oh, we need to get this Klefki out of the active, actually. The Klefki's got to get out of the active. We got to get into the... He's putting a lot of work, though. Maybe we keep it there for one more turn. Star Portal to Ursaluna. You can only Star Portal to Water Pokemon. What are we thinking about here? Vessel? I think this Artisan should have come down last turn, though, to be honest, from R. You shouldn't have let Hunter dig through the deck that much more. For free. There's a TM Evo. Hunter doesn't have a switch right now. Looking for a top deck switch. Klefki in the active. That does mean another stop. Here we go. Vessel. No switch card. What? Dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Klefki does shut down Manaphy. If Ari can KO the... I don't even know what Ari does here. Punch a... I don't even know. What do you do here? It's so weird because if you draw prize cards, Ursaluna can actually attack. You don't want Ursaluna to attack, I feel like. Ursaluna attacking is like not cool. I don't want Ursaluna to attack here. Where are the switch cards? They're literally right there. They're like the next card. Yeah, I don't know how this game is going to go at all, to be honest. It's like still so close. Yeah, the win conditions do feel like they're there for Ari. I don't know about giving up a counter catcher, though. I don't know about that. It's a good card. It's a good card right there. I guess also, I don't know if Hunter can actually use Pokestop next turn, or if he'll deck out. How do you maintain a clean board state? By correcting if it looks messy. All right. Super Odds in. Guard EX wasn't... We did discard one Guard EX. Another Dory. Get the whole Dory squad back. Both our Curlius could go down next turn, though. Just the Guard. Yeah, I really don't like that counter catcher discard there from Ari. I think Ari's going to regret that here soon coming up. Didn't Ari already play Arvin? Or am I trolling? Maybe not. Can we actually play a supporter still this turn? Doesn't Klefki shut off Bear? It does. But the bear can attack other stuff. It doesn't have to attack into a Klefki. Okay, we are attacking here this turn. Are we KOing? Oh, we can't KO the bear, though. We can't KO the bear. Arvin was last turn to the TM? Okay, okay. Unless that's what I said. All right, so we can Monkey Dory 30 off. I don't know where we put it. Probably on the Palkia, I would assume. We want to get through the Palkia eventually. Or maybe you just put it on the active, actually. Oh, wait, yeah. If you put it on the active, you threaten win by going KO Ursaluna, KO Rotom. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's pretty good. And Hunter can't win this turn. Pretty good. Yeah, all right. We finally top deck a switch card here. No. Dude. What is going on? So Hunter can draw 2 prize cards this turn, though. And I think has Candy Dusknoir still available. I think Hunter can mill 3, guaranteed hit a switch card. Goes for a concealed instead. I think we could have just hit the stop. Did he win? No, he has the prime. I was like, there's the last 2 cards are the 2 switch cards. But now we can't Candy Dusknoir. Yeah, I don't like that play there from Hunter. I don't like that play. I think he should have hit the stop. We could have drawn 2 prize cards this turn and then draw 2 prize cards next turn. I think we would have been able to do it too. It might still be possible based... What is it? I don't know what the prize cards are. But you can prime catcher the Klefki, and then use Greninja to copy the Klefki and KO. You could probably KO Curlia and Manaphy with Greninja, and then threaten being able to attack back-to-back turns with the Greninja. But I think Ari just has game in hand, right? I think Ari just has game in hand, so it doesn't really matter. But of course, Hunter doesn't know that. Yeah, there's the load up. KO Manaphy Curlia. There's an argument to KO the Flutter Mane. I guess you could punch the Guardy to set it up. Sure, I guess. Yeah. Are you hoping the Clefty gets... The Clefty's not stuck, though, because of Guardy. Okay, the threat of the Guardy KO. Okay, no, I guess that does make sense to threaten the Guardy KO. Yeah, never mind. That does make sense, yeah. But yeah, Ari has game in hand. Insane. Hunter also needs to win in the next minute or so, or it'll tie. And a tie. No, Hunter's deck can win pretty fast for sure. No way. Ari has to see it, right? Okay. Boss. The Rotom. Okay. He was playing so slow. It was like so unconfident. I wasn't sure if Ari actually saw the play or not.